I see Mercer just fine.
He keeps freezing for me.
Well, in the stream, I mean, I can see him just fine. I can see everybody moving. It's looking good.
He's green for me.
Because I was on my phone.
No, actually, it's actually really. The lag is not bad at all. That's weird.
Oh yeah, I can see you in the stream.
It's loading for me.
As long as you can hear him, that's all that matters. I wouldn't adjust anything. But as long as the stream that I'm worried about, if everybody can see and hear, it looks like both. Looks like because I can't hear any audio from my stream. I don't have any things plugged in.
Muted because
I can see whenever you guys talk though, I can see my other audio output go up. So I can definitely see it's picking up on you guys' audio.
Okay.
It should. Okay, so everybody, we picked up, or where did we leave off at? We left off that everybody took a nap. Right? Everybody took a nap.
Yeah.
Everybody was tired. Everybody was tired is what happened. Because y'all got your
around water at 1 HP.
The party had encountered some imps and a giant hellhound. And some of you fell in battle, but luckily some healer arrived to help, along with the healing spells of our druid Aaron. Brought some people back from the brink. So that is definitely some helpful stuff going on right there. We open up in the tavern where I'm opening things up as I speak right now. I cannot multitask for crap. I'm not a good multitasker. Okay. So we awake in the tavern, in the inn. Who would like to come downstairs first?
Before anyone goes downstairs, Mist is actually going to finish praying, and he's going to go knock on Biz's door.
Okay. Are we planning out? Is this the plans? Like, when do you guys want to initiate y'all's plan that apparently you guys did?
This isn't that. This is him needing to talk to Biz about something.
Go for it. Okay, so in the middle of the night, you want to do it in the middle of the night or in the morning before everybody wakes up? Like, what time do you go knock on Biz's door?
We got to the inn at like 11 or
11 o'clock in the morning when we went to bed or went to the inn.
Right.
So then we would have slept for part of the day and woken up later at 6 or 7 at night.
Right. Okay. Yep, because all that was during the daytime. So, okay. I was just wondering if you guys were doing this before you went to sleep, or are you doing it after you went to sleep? That's what I'll
be after.
Oh, okay.
After everyone's slept and everyone's starting to wake up around 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay, I got you now. Okay, so you wake up first before anybody probably. You finish your morning rituals, and you go and approach Biz's door, and you knock on her door.
Yeah. Miss just walks in, shuts the door behind him. All right. So I need to kind of apologize to you.
What do you mean?
You said everything that I was thinking. However, I understood we're playing with someone that we can't be so brash with. And it's been my dealings that the more we feign whatever fealty we're going to feign, the better it's going to be for us in the long run. So I wasn't trying to shut you up. I wasn't trying to push you back. I was trying to make sure I saved our collective assets before he got pissed off.
It's the way of the dwarves. I've never had much of a filter on the things I say and the things I speak and the things I think. So it was probably within the best interest of the whole party that someone put a stop to the endlessness of my voice streaming out
Yeah.
of my head.
So again, I am sorry, but good job.
I'm glad you got to feel uh, the retribution, or at least the misplaced words that you wanted to say, and it didn't cause any serious damage to our mission at hand. But I I appreciate your kind words, and I imagine it'll probably happen again in the future.
Mist just kind of nods, recalling the first adventure in the town, and I'm sure it will.
But then,
And with that, he makes his way down to the bar.
Okay.
and Biz is just gonna close the door and go follow him down.
Okay, so Mist and Biz head down to the bar where everybody's best friend, Ralph Tatum, is now tending bar. And as Mist comes down, "Hey! Good evening to you.
So there, barkeep.
To you as well, Miss Biz.
How's it going, Mr.
Well, after the, let's just say the predicament the town has been in, everyone here is a bit depressed, to say the least. Here, everybody just comes to drown their sorrows, it seems, and I wish I was in a better mood. I'm not as cheery as I normally would be. I apologize for that, but we've all seemed to have lost someone dear today. Where are my manners? Do you need any? Would you like something to eat? It is late in the evening.
I'll take whatever meats you have on hand. Just a charcuterie board, my usual.
He just nods and goes in the back for a moment and just brings out a little like buffet tray because he's assuming everybody else is gonna be waking up soon. So he just lays out some meats, cheeses, a couple of tankards of ale, cups of water, just this normal little spread, nice little spread.
Mist will go and grab a tankard of ale, and he just looks at Tatum and is like, "Do you not have anybody else that runs this fucking bar? We came in at 11. You were here. It's 7 o'clock at night. You're here. Do you not have a secondary barkeep?"
Hi, Mist. I need to get this man some help around here. Add that to the list of ways we're going to help this town.
It's usually either me or my wife, and she's usually in the back. And let's just say,
Vegetables.
I'm sorry.
Your wife, the one who always brings the good vegetables.
Yes. And you just see a little hand just pop up from behind the bar. Just waves. Thank you. Says, she's a gem. Yeah, no, I just kind of run the place myself. I get little naps in here and there. Every once in a while, I might let someone else kind of run it. But usually, I don't need much sleep.
Mist just nods and takes a sip of his drink and then looks back to him. He's like, "So, who can we trust as far as shopkeepers around here?"
I mean, trust as in everyone here will give you a fair price in whatever you're looking for.
Trust as in might not be on the payroll of a certain man in the manor.
You're looking for things under board.
Not under board as much as if we go and start buying certain things, I don't have to worry about someone reporting what we're buying to someone higher up.
Ah. That depends on what you're looking for.
Well, I'm gonna need some advanced armor. What we came across this morning was not what I expected. I'm gonna need something a little bit stronger than just plain mail. And I would like it if there wasn't some nosing around in some of the business. And as you know, we have the best interests of this town in our hearts. Certainly
As far as for equipment,
that manner.
as far as for equipment, Sydney was it. That was it. We don't really have anything magical here. As far as an enchanter, you'd have to go to Gilcra for something of that sort. Maybe there might be someone in Bittershire, but Gilcra is at the capital is where you could pretty much find anything and everything under the sun. But that's going to cost you a lot of coin. I know magical equipment usually runs. That's a lot of gold. I could buy 2 more taverns with some of the prices that some of those cost. And he turns over to Mist and says, "Is there anything in particular that you may need?" Because with that information, I could tell you who to see. And he just gives you a gentle wink.
So, Mist is going to take a look around the inn right now. Is there anybody who looks like they might be kind of eavesdropping on their conversation, or like trying to
Give me perception.
nonchalantly-
Perception check.
Wiz has passive perception as well, so
Oh, that's right. You guys are both kind of in on this conversation. Both of you give me perception checks.
That's a 19 total.
19. Oh, Biz, you're trying to use the dice roller, aren't you?
yeah, that's what I usually use in
That is my fault. I never opened that up. Give me 1 second.
What are we gonna do? Just
I'm gonna load it up right up. I'm gonna load it up right now. Give me 1 second.
and you can just say the number after it. Since we're streaming.
Yep.
50 people rolling their
More fun.
dice.
3 at the end of it. Just make sure you change your name at the top. Make sure we're in the same room. Did you see me roll a d4?
Yep.
Okay, we're in the same room. Good.
Oh,
Alright,
not permanent.
and what I say?
I can't fix it.
Yep, perception check.
That's a 7.
Okay, so 7 and Miss, you said 19?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a good look around, very subtly, looking over your shoulders, seeing if there's anybody around that maybe shouldn't either be here or is definitely out of place. And you don't notice anybody. You seem anybody else that is in the bar is either drunkenly passed out from drowning their sorrows or having their own conversations reminiscing of old times and the ones they've lost to be able to probably even give you the time of day right now.
All right. So then, after that quick glance, Mist sees Tatum's wink. He just smirks. I'm gonna need someone who knows their ins and outs of homes. and someone who's going to be able to get us the type of tools we need to make sure that we don't leave a trace if we have to make an escape somewhere.
Are you trying to rob someone? And he whispers that. He's not saying that very loud. It's like, are you trying to commit a burglary?
When you put it that way, it sounds very, very devious.
Yeah, it does.
However, reconnaissance with a little B&E never really hurt anyone. We have talked with someone, and can I get an insight check on Tatum?
For what are you trying to perceive from him?
If he Mist isn't trusting him as much as he feels he should right now.
So you want to see if you say something to him, is he going to narc on you? Essentially, is what you're trying.
Yes.
Give me insight check. Give me insight check.
$15 total.
After everything that you guys have done for the town, he feels he trusts the group, not just yours, the group's judgment when it comes to dealing with things of the extracurricular sense. That might be shady, may not be shady. Sometimes you got to do things to get things done. You feel he would not narc on you. You feel you can trust this man.
All right. So Mist will just kind of lean in a bit. We believe there's something going on in the town. And not only is it the town related, it might have infected the Lord. We've been given information to try and suss out whatever information we can get from the manor. We're not trying to steal anything. We're not trying to take anything. It's pure reconnaissance and to figure out if this is going as deep as we're all believing it to be.
In a sense, there might be some individuals in places of power that either don't have the town's best interest or are bringing in some unsavory beasts.
So you want to go to the Lord's Manor. And he's saying this in a bit of a hushed tone. You want to go to the Lord's Manor. Do some reconnaissance to investigate if he had any dealings with what transpired earlier today.
Or was under any kind of influence of some negative factor.
You're just trying to see if he's involved in any way, shape, or form.
We're just getting some information. We don't see where it might lead, but we'll right any wrongs that we may come across. So.
And while Biz is saying that, Mist kind of fishes around and pulls out the key real quick, and it's just like, it's not like we're totally uninvited. They practically gave us a key. And then he puts it back.
He as soon as he saw that, he was like, okay, you've obviously been to the manor already. I assume you have met the Lord?
We have, and I don't particularly like his view on Sydney.
Lord Dane Tornelius is a fucking prick. That's the nicest thing I could ever say about that man. He is a fucking prick. He is a mooch. I'm not even going to get into it. I really don't really get into it. I'm already mad. I'm going to lose my temper. He reaches out and grabs the back of your neck and pulls you in really close, Mist, and pulls you in very close. And almost touching foreheads. I mean, you're probably 3 inches away from each other. If you feel he has any dealings in what transpired today, I will help you in any way you need. What do you need to get your job done? And I'll see to it you have it. And he lets you go and leans back.
Just what I said. People we can trust. People you trust. We've already been ordered not to even leave the town.
He told you not to leave the town?
We've been told not to leave the town. We've been told not to investigate what was found out at the church. So we are working very below board right now.
It sounds to me you're going to need some equipment, is what you're looking for, mainly, to be able to do your reconnaissance. Is that correct?
Right. I have a simple thieves kit. I don't know how much that's going to help out.
Come back to me in 30 minutes. I'll have everything you need.
All right, then.
Tatum, do you...
Yes,
I know
miss.
you said Sydney was the only one that would have some of the board equipment that we might have, and I know you said she didn't have any family. Do you think there might be anything in her home? And I don't take this lightly, but do you think there's anything that we might borrow or be of any use to us that she would feel helpful in our quest to possibly avenge the wrongful death of her?
Give me a persuasion check.
Where's persuasion? Oh yeah, my super sweet charisma. I got a 12.
You got 12. If you need, if you feel she may have something that could help you in your endeavor, I would say go take a look around. Just be respectful about it.
You have my word.
Oh, I trust you. I trust you, all of you lot. I trust your whole party. I'm just asking, just be respectful about it.
And Biz just hand over heart bows. Appreciate you.
Gives you a nod. About that time, anybody else coming down the stairs?
Carrick's already out. I just want to go out and study faces a little bit.
Out and about where?
Specifically, I've left the tavern. I'm just walking around town studying guards.
You're studying patrols, essentially?
Leaving from the manor, going to the manor.
So, whereabouts you are at the town then? Are you like really close to the manor? You're more like doing reconnaissance on the manor right now?
No, but I want to keep an eye on guards coming from that direction.
Ah, okay. All right, we'll come back to you. Mercer, Aaron, what are you two doing?
So I'm still in my room, just kind of sitting off my bed, looking at items in my backpack, just thinking about what happened.
Okay. Aaron?
Um, usually, when Aaron prays, it's at dusk because that's usually when followers of Shantia pray. But Lathander's followers usually pray during the day. And so I don't want to say that she's sulking because she's not sulking, but she's been sending prayers of remorse and sorrow to Shantia because of the lives that have been lost. Um, and once she finishes with that, she's going to sit in her room and she's going to pout a little bit because she tried to calm Miss down and it didn't work. And she's really upset because it's the first time that she's never been able to help Mist. And like he's mad at her and he doesn't want to talk to her right now. And she's not really sure why and she's really upset.
Okay.
So she doesn't want to go down she doesn't want to go down and be with everybody else. She just wants to sit and stare out the window.
Okay. So you went down and I missed that last part. Where are you staring out the window at? Downstairs?
I'm in my room.
Oh, you're in your room staring out the window. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. I'm not
Okay.
she's
Don't
not up for
don't
it.
don't want to be around people right now. I get it. Okay. Okay, so Mercer and Aaron are in the rooms. All right, well then let's go back to Carrick real quick. So where are you at specifically? Where are you standing in the town?
I'm wandering.
Oh, okay, you're just walking around the town
Hmm.
at around 7 o'clock at night.
Let's say 6:30ish.
So you want to? Okay, so you're doing this before that interaction with Mist and Biz.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so 6:30ish. Okay. Well, as far as guards around town, there wasn't a lot of guards to begin with in Broomshire. There is a few, but
Mhm.
the town's not that big. Their enforcement isn't like there's only a handful there. I mean, there's probably less than a dozen in the whole entire town. A few of them dropped during that battle. Yeah, a few of them fell during the previous battle. And what's left is essentially just the Manor's personal guard set with a couple extra stragglers that actually patrol the town themselves. So as you're walking about town, you're noticing like all hands on deck with the guards. They're kind of just like everybody's really jumpy right now.
Mhm.
But they don't pay you really much mind considering that you've been in the town for a very long time. You're not a newcomer. If anybody else was doing it, they might pull you aside, but they kind of every once in a while you see a guard just kind of lock eyes with you and just give you a little nod, but nothing crazy.
Mhm.
If you get a little closer to like the manor and kind of study it and like walk back, you still see one guard standing outside guarding the front door and just not moving. I mean, maybe or like walking around like a little circle a little bit, but not really like moving from his post. Like he's staying within like a 2-foot radius of the front door. And every once in a while you would catch probably about every 4 minutes or so, guard comes just doing a little patrol, walking around the manor as he just walks around. That's it. About every 4 minutes or so, 3.5, 4 minutes.
So there's one posted at the door and one walking the grounds.
That's what you've noticed.
Cool.
I'll allow you to give me a perception check to see if you can see more. I'm just going on your passive wisdom here.
That's really all I wanted to do. I'll head back
Okay.
to the tavern.
Okay. So you head back to the tavern.
Probably just as Biz is coming out.
Okay, so you're walking in as Biz and Mist are walking down the stairs, and you kind of just plop at the bar. or where are you sitting at, or where are you at in the bar as you see them coming down?
I'll take a table out of the way.
Okay. It's kind of crowded in here right now, but you can find an empty seat. I mean, it's not packed. It's not jam packed, but it's probably like if you 50% capacity, 60% capacity. A lot of people are drowning their sorrows. Okay. Then we can go back to Mist and Biz.
How much time has passed since Mist and Biz have gone down? Would you say?
Since they went downstairs, they were probably down there for only 10 minutes having a conversation. Well, you don't know they were having a conversation, but they were down there for like 10
Right.
minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Mist is gonna keep drinking. He'll pick out whatever's on the meat and cheese board, but
Mhm.
he's kind of just waiting for everyone else, and then he'll look up and he'll see the man whose name he still doesn't know yet walk in, and he kind of nudges Biz and nods over to where he sat down. And he's like, "So, what's up with Blue Man Group over there?"
Blue Man Group. Nice.
Biz is just going to just kind of look over and just gonna say, "What do you think is happening over there?" It's a little odd.
Well, I don't even know who the fuck he is. He showed up during the battle. I don't know the man's name. He showed up at the manor, was all sorts of friendly with Hugo. Right now, out of the four of us, like myself included, I trust with my life Aaron. You and Mercer, slowly creeping up that scale. Blue Boy, don't know who he is. I was thinking maybe you did. I don't know who he is.
I was initially quite wary of new kid. Aaron can be quite persuasive, always the cool bucket of water per se on the quick to anger little gnome. She calmed my fears a little bit about his presence, but gotta say, keeping him at only an arm's distance, he did help us out in quite a tough spot with seemingly nothing to gain. But I don't know. We'll have to see how he does in battle. But I'll keep my sword drawn. I won't sheath it until he sheaths his, that's for sure.
Miss nods and takes another drink of his beer.
Not much we can do about it now, anyway. I mean, you saw what we were up against, and if that's just the beginning, we don't have a lot of experience with these kinds of things. These terrible beasts, who knows what lies ahead, and he seems to at least know the town a little bit. So I feel like we're in somewhat of a tough spot, but I think we can use him at least for now.
Mist smirks and takes a slow sip of his beer. If there's not one thing I've learned in this life, it's that nothing is ever quite to a point where it can't be done. A little coin, a little time, the right word or two. All of your problems can be solved. I'm just hoping he's not a problem.
I'll be honest, I'm a little poor in the smooth talking department, and after our unsuccessful, or personally, unsuccessful round at the gambling games, I'm also a little short on coin. So, at least for now, I think we can use some help, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Mist will grab his tankard and he'll get up and is just like, well, if no one else is gonna come down, I guess I have to go play alarm clock. And Mist will go up the stairs and bang on Mercer's door and bang on Aaron's door and be like, hey, dinner, breakfast, whatever you want to call it right now. Let's go.
You can hear Biz from down below, like somehow found a pot or something metal to like bang things on, and has startled some people down below who might have been sleeping drunkenly, but it's like banging on the pot.
So Aaron and Mercer, you guys both hear the thuds of mist banging on your doors and yelling at you, and you hear the clanging of pots and pans or some kind of steel on steel. Just a little bit of a racket going on.
Okay. Well, Aaron's pouted long enough. I'll head down to the bar.
Aaron opens the door and starts and just sees Mist turning the corner and going down the stairs. Just the end of the tail. You just walking down.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the top of the stairs and I'm gonna wait until he's completely off the stairs, and then I'm gonna go down. And I'm gonna go sit next to Carrick and I'm gonna ignore Mist.
Okay. So, yep, you get to the top of the stairs and again you see just the end of the tail. You're like matching pace with them. You wait a couple more seconds. Walk down the stairs. To your left, you see the big crowd of people, or at least I can't say big crowd, but like I said, around 60% capacity in this bar now. Tatum just looks up and sees you coming down the stairs. Evening to you.
Hi.
Gives you a little wave, and you make your way over to Carrick.
Okay. So, Carrick, one thing that you might or might not have noticed about Erin is that she has no social skills. So I'm going to apologize in advance for the way that she's about to address you. I'm going to sit down right next to you. So, how long have you lived here and what happened in the church?
As to what happened in the church,
Oh, I'm sorry. How are you feeling?
how am I feeling?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I can only I know that something bad happened because you said something about the priest being blown to bits. So that that was probably not very fun to see. I'm sorry. I'm not real good with social interactions, but
It's all right. You're doing fine.
I'm sorry if that upset you, but you seem to be the one to ask about stuff like this. And Biz showed me the salt that she picked up,
hmm
and without seeing more, I know it's definitely used in a magic ritual of some sort, but I don't know what it is until I see it. And since we can't go to the church, the next best thing is to ask you. So, what was going? If you feel like you can talk about it, because if you can't, I understand. I totally get it. But if you can, I would like to know.
Well, I'm new to this magic thing myself, so I'm not too sure what all that was. But as to the priest running things, he was a nice enough guy, you know? It was a shock, but live and learn, I guess.
You remember his name was Don Greeter Elliott. Nathan Elliott was his name.
Dawn Greeter.
Don Greeter Elliott. Carrick would know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, do you think that the Lord is acting weird? I know that what's his name? That cute little halfling man. I know that
Huey.
I know that he
Hugo
said that there's
Hugo
something going on.
Tremblefoot.
Oh, it's here somewhere. Okay. He seemed to believe that something was going on. He seemed to think that something was going on, but since you're the one who seems to understand more about what's going on in this town, I'd just like to get your take on everything.
Hmm. Okay, DM, how well would I have known the Lord?
You wouldn't. You may have seen him in passing, a few times. May have introduced himself the first time that you had met him. And you can definitely sense the pompousness of him,
Mm-hmm.
feeling mightier than thou, holier than thou, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like his shit does not stink. And you picked up on that pretty fast. It's kind of hard to miss it. But as far as how well you would know him personally, you wouldn't know anything about the man's personal life. Nothing of that sort at all.
Cool. So I wouldn't be able to get a read whether things were off about him.
Nope. You would have minimal interaction with him. Whether what actions you would have seen him interacting with others, it was just always minimal. He just liked to walk around town, flaunting his status and looking prettier than everybody else, with his very elegant wear, and nobody usually gave him the time of day.
Mm-hmm. So I'll say to Aaron that I didn't really know the guy, the Lord, but if Huey thinks there's something weird, then there's probably something weird.
Okay, so we can trust Huey? That's his name? I thought it was
No, his
something
name is Hugo, but I like to razz on him a bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he's very nice. He's very nice. Okay. Well, can you tell me anything that you noticed in the church? Because unless there's a way that we can sneak into this place, I don't really see a way that I can look at the symbols that are up there anytime soon.
Mm. I have to be honest with.
Did we lose you, Carrick?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he might be frozen.
I think you're frozen there, Carrick. If you can hear me, like log out, log back in, or end the call, come back in, however you want to call it.
Lord Cornelius must have told him not to tell the truth.
Right. The gods are acting weird, man. It's just like, oh nope, we got to shut them up.
Yep.
You see, Carrick dies of an aneurysm.
Okay. Well, while we wait for him,
I'll just say after Miss did the knocking, I looked up at the door, looked back down at what I was holding in my hand, put everything back in my backpack, gathered up all my stuff, and went downstairs. When I exited my door, I saw Aaron walking down the stairs, just kind of missed her, and then I went and sat down with Biz and Mist.
Ah. Hello there, Sleeping Beauty.
There. Yeah, it was a good rest. I needed it after that fun little interaction we had.
Did you spend some time with your scrolls?
Yeah, looking at those scrolls, I almost thought about using one last time, but I don't know if I'll be able to make the right decision on when to use them.
Always good to keep in your back pocket. Prefer the more steady axe slashing weapons, though. But
You were pretty good with that, so
I do my best.
I'll take some food from the buffet tray.
The charcuterie
set
board.
out.
Good deal.
As
Look
she's
over at
talking, oh, sorry, go ahead, Mercer.
okay. Look over at Miss. So, did I miss anything while I was in my room still?
No, in fact, Mist and I may have some helpful information. We'll keep you abreast on how that goes, but it's looking a little busy in here. We'll just lead the way, and hopefully we can get some helpful supplies for our adventure.
Okay. So, does anybody remember when the guards were gonna come let us bury Sydney's body since we have to go out of town for that? Did anybody remember when we were supposed to do that? Do they come to us? Do we go to them when we're ready?
They were gonna come to us, I believe.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to come to us because they still need to take her to have her body cleaned and presented for burial, and I believe they were doing that at the temple. So we had to give them some time to do that before we could take her out to her final resting place.
You all seem to remember. I just wanted to see if anybody else remembered. Miss brought that up, so that's good. They had to get the cart ready for transport. They may they'll most likely provide you with a horse to pull it. So things had to get prepped. There was also the
Can everybody hear me? Am I good?
there we go.
Yep.
Looks like
Goodbye, Kurt.
he's switched PCs. Good deal.
Yeah, laptop died on me.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Peace.
Good deal.
Hold on.
But yes, they had to get things set in motion for you. They were probably gonna. I think he might have said something about coming to get you in the morning.
Okay, so we're not going to be able to bury her body.
So we got some time to kill. Good. We need some time to get situated.
Okay. Carrick, we can go back to Carrick now that he's back. Carrick and Aaron's conversation, if you'd like.
You were just about to be honest with me.
Uh-huh. Sure. So where did I cut off?
I'm going to be honest with you. And that was it.
Don't remember the question.
What did you ask him?
Yeah.
Oh, I asked you about the church, like everything, because Miss told me what she saw, and I'm trying to get information from you about what you saw.
Right. I'm gonna have to be honest with you, miss. My memory is not that great. I saw some symbols and yeah, I might be able to draw one, but that's about it.
DM question.
Yep.
Since me, Carrick, and Biz saw the symbols, if we work together, could we at least try to do a rough sketch? Because
Sure.
like if all of us work together, we could try and do a rough sketch. Obviously not right now because we're not next to each other, but
I get what you're saying. I mean,
for Aaron to look at.
even Carrick, any of y'all could attempt to do that from memory. But yeah, Carrick could totally do that to try and draw something out.
Sure.
Okay, well. I haven't talked to Mercer yet. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carrick. I really appreciate, and I'm really thankful that You showed up when you did because these people are my friends, and we might not have known each other for very long, but they're good people, and I appreciate you helping me keep them safe.
I'm glad I could be of service.
I'm gonna go now. And she's gonna get up and she's gonna walk over. She's gonna get up. Okay, so can you explain to me like where at the bar they're sitting? Like is it Mercer, Biz, Mist, or is Mercer in between Mist and Biz?
No, Mercer would definitely be on the end, like at the end, where they came down at the corner of the
Mhm.
bar. Mercer is literally in the very last seat, and then Mist, and then Biz. With no Tatum is not there right now.
He's not there right now.
Nope.
Okay. Okay, Aaron's gonna walk over to Mercer, and I would like to question him now since I've already gotten Biz and I've already gotten
Go for it.
Carrick. Okay.
Y'all's game. You do
Hey,
whatever you
Mercer.
want.
Sweet. Okay. So I'm gonna walk up right behind Mercer and just go, "Hey, can I talk to you?"
Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. Yes, I was focused on food. Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I've already talked to Biz and I've talked to Mr. Carrick over there, and now I want to talk to you.
Did you have a carrot?
Hmm?
Have you had a carrot? I just
Have
couldn't
I-
hear you talking. Have you had a carrot? And I like fistful of carrot from the charcuterie board, and I like handed it to her.
To me? Thank you. Okay, she's gonna stick one in her mouth and start eating it, and with her mouth full, she's gonna ask Mercer, "Can you tell me what happened at the church?"
That's not what it would sound like if your mouth was full.
Wanna play this game with me?
Please do. Nothing would make me happier.
Like, can you tell me what was happening?
Bravo.
I kind of like look at her while she's chewing. Yeah, like, yeah. Kind of give her like a look of okay. Well, we got there, and Carrick
That's great.
nobody seemed to know where the priest was, but Carrick knew where his living quarters were, so he ran over there while we waited out for a second, and then I don't know, less than 30 seconds passed, and he asked us to come in there, said we might want to see something. So we went in and we saw the priest in all his glory,
Exploded
whatever you want to
everywhere.
call it.
Mhm.
And yeah, we decided that we would try to see what was in the room, see
Mhm.
what could have happened, and Biz, being the keen eye that she is, ended up spotting a little bit of a trap door. I'm saying this in more of a husher tone to make sure that nobody else overhearing.
Mhm.
And we went down. We saw a circle that's like right under his sleeping quarters with that salt, I think she called it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then she kind of decided to step on it and drag her foot across it. Yeah, I tried saying that we should wait, but it's okay. We'll be fine.
And you look
Uh,
over,
You-
and Biz is like got like some meat in her hand, is like sprinkling what looks like the salt. It's just like,
Oh God. Biz,
Uh.
don't don't eat that.
you mean?
Biz, that's magic salt. You don't eat it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen to you if you eat it.
That's
Well,
great.
a little curious.
That's great.
Well, okay. Can you remember what any of the symbols look like? Because I don't think we're going to be able to go. Maybe I can figure out what any of it might have looked like, so that we can get some information. Because unless there's a way for us to sneak into this church, I mean, y'all are the ones who saw it. I didn't see it, and I can't look up any
Close up
information.
or the trap door type thing, so that hopefully if they don't know where it is, they won't be able to disturb it. But I can sure try to draw it for you, and
I
I'll
remember a portion of maybe one of those things, but
I would say
do I roll something for this?
we're gonna do.
yes,
Okay, who's gonna try and draw it right now? Biz and Mercer.
I'll try and draw it with Biz kind of helping me, being like, no, 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 it was more like a curve. Or, I don't know.
I would say I'll give you advantage since Biz is going to help you. With advantage, just give me an intelligence check.
I got a 19 for my top one, and my intelligence is +0, so 19.
All right. There you go. Good thing with that advantage. That was intelligence just to remember what the things would have looked like. Yeah, he draws you the symbols with Biz's assistance. And she corrects him like he says. It's like, oh no, I think it was more like this. And oh yeah, you're right. And he goes back and starts drawing these things. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you're pretty damn sure that's like a photocopy of what you guys saw down there.
Look, it looks much more than a circle than I thought it was when I first saw it.
Yeah, he kind of drew it like an oval, though. I mean, you're not the best. Nobody draws a perfect circle. Let's be real, okay? Right. That's right.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at it.
Okay.
It's on a piece of paper.
I mean,
like...
ink and parchment. Sure. I mean, yeah, it's on a piece of parchment paper.
Okay, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run to Carrick real quick. Is this what it looked like?
This is what I recall it being like.
You were down there with Mercer and Biz, correct?
Yes.
Yes. That's what you look at it and be like, yeah, that's like
that's it.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. We're talking about it if you want to come over there and join us. I'm gonna run back. Like, trot. I'm not gonna run. I'm just gonna trot.
You're gonna trot.
Question, are you still eating the carrot?
I already finished that carrot, but if you need me to, I'll eat another piece of brownie.
That probably would have been funnier. Yeah, mouthful. Hey, we're over there doing the thing. No, that's funny. That's
Right.
that's funny. I love it.
Okay. Mr. Carrick says this is pretty much what he remembers, so we're good. I would like to study it now.
Okay. Also, he describes, obviously, he drew this with ink, so everything's black, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But he also describes, what is that furry thing on Biz's lap? I just saw the top of its head. What was that? Hey! Sorry, I got distracted. I saw a little pupper. I got distracted.
Question. Would I have remembered if it looked more like red paint or more like blood?
You won't really know. Everything was dark, and you were doing night vision.
Well,
So everything is gray and black.
Light. Remember, I used light on his.
Yes.
Player beam.
You're right. You
Oh.
did. So you did actually see colors. Okay, so it was a dark crimson. So it was the circle. The circle was definitely a dark crimson color, so it was definitely most likely blood. And the salt is obviously like whitish yellow hue to it. And those are the only two colors on the dark gray of the stone floor. But as far as, do you think it's paint or blood? You feel it was probably blood.
Say that to her when I'm drawing, or when I finish drawing, that
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't in ink. It was.
So
more like blood.
now, Aaron, with this information, now
Yes.
you can give me an Arcana check.
Awesome. So that is a 24.
Okay, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, what's your bonus to Arcana?
Plus 5 total.
So you rolled a 19.
I did.
Good deal. Okay. Wow. I was like, man,
Alrighty.
level 3, and you're freaking rolling 24s on checks.
Give me the stuff.
Give me the
Alrighty.
stuff. You start to look over the circle, and from if it wasn't strictly for granted the roll was great, if it wasn't strictly for your background and the places you've been and the things you've studied,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have recognized this.
Okay.
But since it's you,
And since I am a researcher,
you are. You do recognize this as a summoning circle for bringing devils into this plane of existence. So it is linked to hell. This does not bring demons. It brings devils.
okay.
And
Can you give me the distinction between a demon and a devil, please?
devils live in hell, while demons live in the abyssal plane.
Okay.
And you would know that for being who you are.
Totally.
I know that was a hey DM question. I knew that was. Yeah, that's what that is. The abyssal plane, because there's like, correct me if I'm wrong, there's either 7 or 9 layers of hell in the D&D world. While they're in the abyssal plane though, where there's demons, hundreds and hundreds of layers. There's a lot. The abyssal plane is massive.
Okay.
But there's only a certain amount of places a devil could come from. And so yes, you realize that this is a summoning circle that is linked to some layer of hell, and it brings forth with some sort of sacrifice needed to bring the devils in.
Okay.
And you would also know that for this in particular summoning to work, it's not instantaneous. It needs to slowly drain the life force from a living creature, willing or unwilling, for it to work. So this circle would probably have been there for a long time. As in, but you're not quite sure if it was there for a week, a month, a year. But it's not something that you just put up and 2 minutes later it works. It takes time. And that's with your role and everything. That's what you can discern from that.
Okay. Okay, guys. Has Carrick joined us yet, or is he still sitting there?
I probably would have sauntered over by this point.
Okay, guys. Well, this is a summoning circle that is linked to hell.
I immediately pick up the paper and rip it in half.
He had to break the seal. He had to break the seal.
Okay. Good idea, Mercer. I'm glad you thought of that. Well, it's a summoning circle. It is linked to some layer of hell. I don't know what layer. And it requires a sacrifice to work. So that's probably what happened to Dawnbringer Elliot. And it slowly drains the life force from someone. So it's been there for a while. So
Go somewhere more private.
Oh,
Probably a good idea.
maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah. That was a good call. That was a good call on Biz's part. Yeah.
Okay.
Very short, and I kept raising my hand, but you can't see it.
Me, down here. Hey. Got to slap somebody on the ass to get their attention.
Yeah.
It's just the finding that it's on.
Maybe maybe we need to we need to go. I don't know where we should go though.
Perhaps to one of the rooms that we currently occupy.
Oh,
Would that fit?
Yeah.
Sure.
would all 5 of us fit in one?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's standing around or like that. I mean, all the rooms are probably like 10 by 12 or like that. They're not exactly tiny, but they're not huge. But yeah, I mean, everybody can stand around in there and kind of just relax.
Just
Okay.
just out of curiosity, is there anybody whose room is like in the middle of all of ours? So the adjacent rooms would be ours and empty?
Um,
Would
Possibly
that be?
whoever's is farthest from the entrance of the stairs. and-
Mist actually has. I don't know if we actually went over this. Mist actually has the very last room, all the way at the end of the hall, and then next to that would be Aaron's. So if you went to Mist's room, his would, if the way you're thinking, Mist would probably be the most private room.
Okay. And can I, as we're going up, just kind of listen for any full rooms or anybody else that might be like in the room next to his that could listen in through the walls or something like that?
Well, Aaron has the room next to his.
Okay, so we're completely like isolated. We
Yep.
don't have any.
Yep. There's no other adjoining room to Mist's room. It's Mist and then Aaron.
Okay. So I'll lead the way up the stairs. Pause outside my door, then turn and look at Mist. And I'm not ready to talk to him yet because I'm still upset at him. So I'm not going to ask him for permission to go into his room, but I'm also just not going to walk into his room because that's disrespectful. We're just going to go into my room.
Okay.
I'm just going to walk in. I'm going to wait for everybody.
Okay.
I'll just be walking behind her and going.
All right. Simple enough. So everybody goes into Aaron's room. Aaron shuts the door. Mist walks in and looks at Aaron, kind of like, what gives? But I kind of get what's going on here, and the tension. You could cut the tension with a knife right now. Aaron shuts the door.
Mist just shrugs and already has his tankard of ale and he just takes a sip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Question of the night: is that water or vodka?
Please, is that a girl question?
It's potato water.
Ooh.
It's water. It's water.
Okay. So we're gonna continue where we left off. It brings it brings devils here, but it requires a lot of sacrifice, and the sacrifice doesn't have to be a willing sacrifice. So whoever has done this has been planning this for a while. That's probably what happened to Dawnbringer Elliot, was that he was sacrificed because it was drawn directly under his bed, from what Biz told me. So that's what I would bet happened to Dawnbringer Elliot, and that's probably why the town was attacked. But that's all I got.
Eric, you said he let you stay in the chapel?
Mm-hmm.
Before Carrick answers, Mist just like looks up from his fingers like, Carrick! That's his name. Oh. Alright. Thanks guys for cluing me in on that one. Go ahead and keep talking.
Aaron's gonna turn and look at him. If you don't have anything constructive to add, shush.
Yeah, he was very nice and just let me crash there. Gave me a place to stay because I was new in town.
I see. Well, for someone who was going to be bringing ill to the town, seems like a somewhat generous thing to do. And especially if he was conducting dealings. Do you think he was persuaded to bring about this? I mean, we can only assume the Hellhound came from him. I mean, do you think he's behind it? He was obviously involved, but that doesn't seem to track.
Here's a question, DM.
Yeah.
kind of the same question about the Lord. Would I have noticed because of my relationship to the Dawnbringer?
Mhm.
Would I have noticed a turn,
Yes,
or was
you would have noticed over the past 3 weeks or so, he started to act differently.
Mhm.
At first, cheerful old man. I don't want to say old, I mean mid-50s, but old for that time if you want to think of it that way. But anywho, cheerful, very polite, very well spoken. Uh, uh, always willing to lend a hand to anybody in need. And over the past 3 weeks or so, give or take a few days, you started to notice his mannerisms changing. He would
Mhm.
become easy to temper, but not necessarily start to yell at you, but he would become irritable very, very quickly. He also uh, slept a lot more than he normally did. The only time he usually came out of his room was to either get a bite to eat or do any kind of sermons or help anybody in need. But he'd normally stay in his room, assuming to rest, because he would complain of headaches and just being very lethargic, just tired a lot. And but the last, what really stood out to you was about the last 5 days or so. You would swear, you thought it was your imagination, but you would swear he was talking in tongues, in a different voice. But it was just a few little things here and there, like a couple words may slip, but it was like not towards you, but just like in passing. He would be walking, and all of a sudden, just words you've never heard before would leave his mouth in a completely otherworldly voice than his own. And that's when you started to feel something maybe awry with him. And if you were to ask him, "Are you okay?" he would just snap out of it and be like, everything is fine," essentially.
Right.
Okay.
Um, Carrick, do you know how long that church has been there, or who built it? From your year of staying there, did you ever get told that?
I don't think that would be something that I would have picked up on. No.
If it was either willing or unwilling, secret door or secret area underneath his bed, it'd be really hard unless he wasn't the one that built the temple to not know that that was there. Makes me think that he was at least a part of it in some way, but I don't want to assume that about a holy man. So I was hoping that maybe we knew if the church was built well before him and he just wasn't aware of the door. If somebody else did it, I don't know. I guess in my mind, I'd prefer if the holy man wasn't part of the problem.
I agree that.
Do you know anybody in town that might records or about buildings in town, how old stuff was?
He would know that all that any kind of records are
Would be-
usually kept either in the church or
Yeah.
where the biggest library stock would be, the manor.
Aaron, based on your knowledge of things, do you think it would be standard to have a panic room, per se, for the Arcana? I know things can get a little dodgy in studies, dabbling in some things you didn't quite realize, not you per se, but someone might not realize what they get themselves into and have used for such a panic room? Would that be something that is standard in arcane arts?
Well, my study was never really about the use of magic like this. It was just the gathering of knowledge. But given how nasty this summoning circle is, I would imagine that you would want at least a safe place to perform these rituals. And it's possible that anybody can do something and not realize what they've gotten themselves into. So I agree. I mean, whatever is happening could have been something that was unintentional. Maybe somebody was playing around and they didn't realize what they were doing until it was too late. But given the fact that it was drawn in probably blood, and it was done in a secretive manner underneath a holy man's bed, whoever is doing this probably knows exactly what they're doing. And they probably have a safe place to do it and to store things in it. So I would agree with you that.
Well, I would be interrogating the Dawnbringer, but he seems to have left
Exploded?
his plane in many pieces. Yes.
Yes.
So,
I didn't imagine like one's end to be that violent
yes.
when being sacrificed, but I also
Well,
don't
in
know
working
anything
with
about sacrifice.
hellhounds, I guess I don't know what you would, what other outcomes that you might have. So with that, I guess that leaves our list of viable leads, I would say, down to nearly one. As far as people go, I think we're all in agreement here that the big dick up in the manor is probably the one with the answers, but we saw how confronting him went, so maybe we can find out what he knows without him knowing that we know.
Then he won't know that we know that he knows.
And we won't
That he doesn't know.
know that he knows that we don't know.
Yes, excellent.
If any of you are a robot, we're now like in that infinite loop and just like head just self destructs.
So, shops might be closed now if we wanted to go get anything. Anybody know where we'd get stuff?
Biz just looks right at Miss. Oh,
You're not.
My bad, I had the wrong control pushed. Tatum is actually procuring us a few items, and I would assume right about now should be his time coming back. So if all of y'all want to stay here, I can go down there and talk to Tatum and see what he got.
That sounds like a great thing for you to do.
Ever.
All right, so Miss just kind of takes the pulse of the room, sees no one's going, takes Aaron's comment for what it is, and is like, all right, I'll be back in 5 to 10. And he leaves the door and doesn't bother shutting it, and walks downstairs and walks.
Okay.
Well, somebody has to go with him. I'm looking at everybody else in the room. Will someone please go with him? I don't want him to be by himself.
you think I'm gonna keep him out of trouble? I'll keep him out of trouble.
Thank you, Biz.
She's like, I get myself into more trouble than Miss ever will, so she's like, how am I supposed to help in this situation? Anyway.
All right, so Mist and Biz make their way downstairs. No sign of Tatum. You guys decide it's probably best just to probably wait for him. It's probably been close to the time that he gave you. But you sit at the bar and just meander about a little bit, like kind of looking around the crowd, just maybe eavesdropping a little bit, like subtly, not really on purpose, but kind of just trying to keep yourself from being bored. But only a few minutes pass, and you see Tatum walk back out from behind the countertop or the kitchen area to the front of the bar, and walks directly to you, Mist, and just gives you a little nod, and kind of gives you a little acknowledgement that you kind of get what he's putting down, as far as gives you this little nod, and then walks over to you and just puts his elbows on the table or on the bar and just kind of gives you a little, and he leans in. Behind,
Still-
he's just saying, behind the inn on the south wall, you'll see a crate. Move the crate. You'll find a bag. In said bag is what you'll need. And he just leans back and just goes to 10 bar to everybody else.
Mist finishes his one tankard. Knows there's others that have been untouched because the rest of the group apparently aren't alcoholics. And grabs the second tankard. Takes a sip and looks to Biz to make sure she got what he said.
Oh, he said it loud enough. Both of you heard it.
Okay.
But it was still in a whisper. He didn't say it out loud. Yeah, yeah.
And then he will.
Like, at least paying attention.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much to make sure like she didn't get caught off guard doing something else.
Right.
So he then take his new beer and go up the stairs back to Aaron's room.
Okay. So Mist and Biz, a few minutes pass for you guys, and Mist and Biz make their way back into the room.
So we have tools. They are placed for us to go get. If nobody minds waiting for, I'd say, a minute or two, I can go down and get those and bring them back up here. Is everyone amenable to that, or what are y'all wanting to do?
Well, we have to not make it obvious that we're going down and bringing back supplies randomly. So I imagine if we're going to be doing anything while we're out, we could probably just grab them on our way and distribute them as needed.
My room has a window, right?
Your room does have a window.
Oh, I can just climb out my window and go get stuff.
If you'd like.
I have rope and pitons and like all of that expeditionary things.
Try. Go for it. You're more than welcome to give it a try. If you want to try and scale down the window, go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Fine.
Mist approaches the window, easily opens up, and ties. You see him just kind of tie a knot around the bedpost and toss the rest of the rope out the window. And you poke your head out and kind of look down, and I mean it's a 2-story drop, straight down. And your room is facing the east, essentially. Where that window is, you know what I mean? If you open up that window, you're facing it. You're facing the east wall. Essentially, you're on the east wall. So
Mist has gone into his room to do this at this point, and we're all still in Aaron's room.
Yep. Unless anybody else wanted to follow into Mist's room. Okay, Mist went by himself. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say we
All right.
like keep the door open so that we can make sure that nobody's gonna bother him.
okay. So Mist, you tie the knot, throw it out the window. Your dex is pretty high. I would say, you know what? Just give me acrobatics check anyways. I just want to see it. Give me acrobatics check. Oh God.
Well, first off, that's a nat 20
Oh.
modifier, so that's a
He's doing
26.
backflips. down
Okay.
the rope.
So what happens is this is what happens. He tosses the rope out. Why the fuck am I doing this? And literally just somersaults out the window and just 3-point lands onto the ground. No problems at all. Looks around. The dark vision's kicking in as it's now dark outside. Looks around left to the right. Doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. Starts to creep towards the south. Back against the wall. Looks around the corner. You see about 30 feet from you is a crate.
All right, so I'll move on over to the crate, and once I get there, I'll kind of do another check, make sure no one's around, and very slyly kind of move the crate over to check for the bag that Tatum left.
Give me a sleight of hand.
17 total.
Not bad. Okay, so you very, very quietly move the crate just a couple inches away from the wall, and you peek around the side, and the crate's empty on the other side, or I should say, like there's no backing to it. So when you move it, your hand, like your fingers, kind of like easily just like wrap around the back, and it's like there's nothing there. So you pull it. So it feels empty, but when you peek inside, you do see a sack about 1.5 foot, like circle or like that. It's a pretty big, hefty looking bag. And you pick that up, slide the crate back, give you one last look around. Everything seems fine, nothing out of the ordinary. Work your way back, and throw the satchel over there, and like a cat like Santa Claus with a sack of toys start climbing and scaling the wall, and whoop, back into your room. Pull the rope back up, shut the window.
Sort of like as if I was a cat burglar.
As if you were a cat
Okay.
burglar.
Aaron's in the hallway. She's not in his room, but she's staring at him from the door jam,
Okay.
just making sure he got in okay. And once she sees he pops in, she makes eye contact with him, and then she runs back to her room.
Good deal.
Mist kind of pulls in the rope and everything, and shuts the window and puts the sack on his bed. Looks around to whoever is still nearby, like, let's see what old Santa left for us. And he'll begin opening up the bag.
Inside the bag, you find literally like anything you could possibly imagine you would need for a very stealthily breaking and entering. It's in this bag. Okay? Pretty much anything you can think of. You have ropes. You have grappling hooks. You have what actually looks like you actually find a scroll in there as well. And you open the scroll up, and plain as day, it's a spell. It's a spell scroll. And it is a spell of pass without a trace.
How deep is the bag?
There's also another scroll.
Go and go.
There is another scroll in there.
Mhm.
There is an invisibility scroll.
Man, I love Tatum.
There's also a secondary little pouch inside there. And as you open it up, there's approximately 30 caltrops.
What's a caltrop?
Caltrops are like those little. They almost look like your D4s, and they're metal, and they can cause damage if somebody walks over them. Like they're pointy little barbs of steel.
Legos. They're just like Legos.
Imagine,
You're walking barefoot with Legos.
imagine that, but add a third one to it. Don't ask me why I have these in a bobby pin laying here. I just do. That's essentially the shape of a caltrop. No matter which way you throw it, it will always land pointy end up.
Are they reusable or is it one use only?
It's usually one use only. You're not really going to go back and start picking up all the little caltrops. You could try. I mean, it depends on the situation.
I had a party member once who did that.
It depends on the situation. It depends.
How'd that go?
But yep, there's approximately 30. We'll call it 30. There's 30 caltrops in this tiny little satchel. So you have ropes, grappling hooks. There's 4 ropes, 4 grappling hooks, a spell or a scroll of invisibility, a scroll of pass without a trace, and 30 caltrops in a little sack. Also, an extra set of thieves' tools. And that's that's everything you would probably ever need for a burglary. For a simple burglary as such as this, if you want to call this simple.
Mist is just pulling things out and is grinning ear to ear.
Would you say Mist is purring?
He's not purring, but his tail is kind of like swishing back and forth in excitement.
Right?
He definitely has that like cat who just caught the canary grin on his face.
Oh, no doubt, I'm sure.
Like he didn't think Tatum was going to be able to pull something off like this, and the fact that he has, he's gained more respect for him.
Tatum might have some kind of connections that you obviously didn't think he did.
No, I did not think he had those connections. And so Mist kind of quietly calls out to the rest of the group, guys and girls, we were left a little present. Why don't y'all come and see?
I'll head on over.
And Biz is gonna stand up and look, and she's gonna notice the caltrops and just be like, Mert, don't you dare, in the middle of battle, turn around and pick up these caltrops. Leave it.
I'm focused on the scrolls.
Okay, Erin's at the last. She's the last one out of her room. Shuts the door. Make sure it's shut. Dawdles for about 20 seconds. And slowly walks over and stands in the doorway. She's not in his room. She's in the doorway.
So, we need to figure out who's going on this little nighttime adventure. Because I'm probably one of the stealthiest people here. So I need to figure out who else wants to come along for this. And he'll look at Mist or he'll look at Biz and shake his head like, I don't think this is the job for you, though.
And she does this kind of like little dance, and you hear her armor like around.
Ting, 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 ting.
It's probably a good idea.
So I would know what those scrolls are just from looking at them, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, DM question.
Yep.
Since, actually, I don't even know. Is Pass Without a Trace a concentration spell?
Yes.
For example, if somebody, because if invisibility is used if they use something, it goes away.
Yep.
So, but if they used pass without a trace first and then invisibility was used on them,
If it's used on them, that's fine. One person, example, if Mist were to cast, well, Mist can't use magic, so we see how that would work out. It's a possibility it could work, but Mist isn't a magic user.
say it
So-
works for pass without a trace. For
We'll say for example he does work. He successfully cast a pass without a trace spell on himself. Then somebody else could cast invisibility on him. As long as both parties maintain concentration, both can work. I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
So-
I know invisibility is concentration. I'm pretty sure pass without a trace is as well. But we can move on from
It's
there.
not in my spell options, so I just didn't know. So, Mist, do you want to go in alone, or would you want to go in with, I don't know, I'd feel better if we had two people go, but I just don't know who'd be,
Pass without a trace is concentration up to 1 hour.
okay.
I might be able to help with some stealthy operations.
Mist will look to Carrick and he nods. This is a 2 to 3 man job. Like, I would go in by myself, but I'm not stupid enough to think that there might not be an instance where something goes sideways.
Wise
take all the
decision.
precautions- I can take all the precautions for myself, but if I go in and get caught, I am a pretty decent fighter. I'm nimble. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past all that Crown's Guard. So, if Carrick,
So-
you want to come with me? And then he looks to Aaron. I really would need your help. You are the only person I trust to watch my back, to protect me. If you want to come,
Of course I'm coming.
okay then.
I'm not gonna let you walk in there by yourself. Oh,
So, I feel like it'd be good if you two went in. I can help with, I won't go in, but I can definitely help with invisibility for you guys. And Carrick, it'd be better if you stayed out and maybe worked on a distraction. Since they know you, people might believe you more, and be willing to strike up a conversation with you since you've been here for a year. Or if we just walk up, they might dismiss us, but
I could do that.
Okay.
Hugo did say
So-
that he was gonna send us somebody to let us know when it's the right time to stealth in. So since it's later at night, if we wanted to watch the mansion, we could try to, since we've already got our rest, or if we wanted to just prep ourselves mentally for tomorrow, because we still gotta
Oh,
take
we're
care of
gonna go
Sydney
check
in the
out
morning.
we're gonna
We're
go check
gonna-
out the mansion before we do anything. I'm not about to
Okay.
walk into anything unprepared. I'm not saying we have to go in tonight,
Mm.
but I do want to kind of find patrol patterns. I want to go see how well lit this manor is going to be. I want to make sure that as far as us getting into it, those of us going are not going to be surprised. Because if we go in and we don't know what's going on, then we're going to be fucked once we get inside. You good with that, Carrick?
Hmm?
Okay.
We haven't gone over this yet, but there may be some additional supplies or help from our her soul. I don't I don't take this lightly, but she's obviously not got much need for her wares, and no family about, and to bring the best outcome to her senseless death, I think she would want us to at least use some of the equipment that she might have in her house. I think it's worth giving a try, especially if we're going to be coming up around some foes here in the near future that could with some weapons or armor, possibly something a little bit lighter than the chainmail that I've got clanking around.
I'm sorry. Outside of this,
If you would be up for it, but look around. Sorry, continue.
just outside of the whole roleplay, that is the best justification for looting a dead person's house that I've ever heard.
That is true. I'll have to wholeheartedly agree with that. But I'll tell you what, with that, let's take a little break. Let's take a little break, guys. I'm going to transition to this, and I'm going to mute everybody on Discord.
Okie dokie.
How long?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Between 5 and 10 minutes. Okay. Let me start unmuting who's back. I don't believe any audio. Our audio is probably still going through the stream. I gotta change some things up. That's okay. There's no video going through the stream right now, though. Because there is one thing old Danny here forgot to do. Make us a window saying, hey, we're on our break, or like that, and that's it, where it doesn't stream anything else. I forgot to do that. Thought of a whole bunch of things, forgot about our break window. I failed you all.
Yeah.
The growing pains. We'll make
That's it.
the videos private when we get super big on YouTube, and people can tune in to all the hilarious things that you had to sit through.
Something. Sitting here. Hope you all get mad at me. I'm gonna sit here and munch on a Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart. What kind of Pop-Tart?
Cookies and cream.
Ooh.
Harris Teeter brand. They're cheaper.
I have a cookie and shit.
Hell yeah.
We have the same chips.
I got pretzels.
Oh,
Look,
great.
I have my little bag.
That's wonderful.
Pretzels. Just because I'm out of Cool Ranch Doritos, which are my favorite, absolute favorite. I freaking demolish Cool Ranch Doritos.
Are you as disappointed as I was that the Taco Bell Cool Ranch Doritos tacos are just like regular taco shells?
The only thing I'm really disappointed with Taco Bell is a few years ago, they had that deal. I don't know about y'all's regions, but around here, they were selling 3 different types of. I guess they were. Oh crap! What were they? Were they tacos or were they little burritos? I can't remember. But there was
Those
not
ones that are Doritos flavored.
no, not the Locos tacos, not those. It was about the sauces in them. I think they were soft tacos, or it could have got them crunchy. I think I was getting them soft taco. But anyways, there was these 3 different flavors. They were all limited time. And I think one of them was like a sweet and sour kind of thing. It was the absolute best. I can't remember if that was the actual flavor, but whatever it was the absolute best to me. And I'm very disappointed that it didn't come back. I was like, I know it was limited time only, and they were cheap. They're only selling for like $1, maybe like $1.20. They were the best. I was very sad when they went away.
It's like the Szechuan sauce type.
It is what it is. I went back to talk to my wife for a minute. She's working on a work project right now.
What?
Uh-huh. She does transcription, among a whole bunch of other things. But she's doing transcription, so she's transcribing, obviously, video into text. And it's due. She thought it was due at midnight, so she came out here during the stream, and she was like 4 feet from me off camera, grabbed her laptop and like ran back into the room, and I went and told her, I was like, "You're like a ninja. I don't think anybody heard you."
Nope.
Because she thought it was due at midnight. It's not due till 8 a.m. She's almost done with it. So she figured she'd finish it now rather than having to wake up early and try to hustle and do that.
That makes sense.
My dogs go out potty, and I got bug bites. So
I had to drain my pool for the second time because I found the first time, because there was holes in it, found them, patched them, refilled it, and now only got to use the thing one time. Had all the neighbor kids came over, had a little pool party.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after that, there's another hole in it. I was like, what did these kids like bring like a toy in there and poked a hole in the bottom? Nope. My own dumbass fault. From when the first hole was in there, first set of little holes were in there, it created a little stream underneath my pool, and it left a, I don't know, 8-inch wide gap of where the sand was. So when the water filled back up, the pool liner stretched into that and ripped. So I had to redrain the pool. It's right on the bottom of the pool. I had to redrain it again. I'm like, my water bill's going to be skyrocketing. That's like 10,000 gallons of water I've like wasted. I feel terrible about it. That's not exaggeration. The pool holds almost 5,000 gallons. It's a 15 foot diameter, 4 feet deep.
Wow.
I wanted to get the 18 foot, but it wouldn't fit in my backyard, so I had to get a 15 foot.
We have a pool in well, my mom has a pool in her backyard, and she didn't take care of it. Like, she didn't want to get anybody to clean it, but none of us are going to clean it. So it was really gross, and it turned like yellow or something because my dad was like, well, I'm going to try to shock it myself. Like, Dad, you don't know how to do anything with chemicals. Don't. And he's like, I can do what I want. And he did it. And so we had to drain the pool. And I don't know how many gallons of water it holds, but it's like, it goes from 3 feet to 6 feet deep. Because it's not a very deep pool, because when we got it, we were all tiny. But they drained it, and it was like completely coated in like this yellowy green algae.
Yep.
And we had to scrape it down and sanitize it and then fill it back up again. It
Yep.
was not fun.
I'm sure.
Mm-mm. It was the
I'm
worst.
from Colorado. We don't really usually have pools.
Wait. Who's not on the stream anymore? I know we have 3 viewers right now. I'm one of them with my desktop. Who's the other 2?
I'm still here.
Chris is
Wait.
one.
I'm on my Xbox.
Well, so
I
so-
closed it down.
not that it matters. I was just curious because at one point we had 5, and then we had 4, and then we had 5, and then we had 4. So two randos. There's a 4th one in here. I think that was Ash that just kind of joined in, I guess. But we've had randos see our stream for a little bit. I've been watching it.
All right.
I was like, hey, random people saw us.
I didn't text Drew to see if he tuned in, but he follows the thing, so he should.
Well, 2 things I realized. A, I'm not recording the video like I should have. I totally forgot to hit the record button, but it would be on the Twitch. So I don't know if I log into my account or the actual GreatDisplace's account, can I download the video? If not, I'm going to replay. I have to replay back the entire video because number 2, I forgot Craig. I'm not recording any audio. So
How am I supposed to script this?
I will play back. I will play back the video if I have to do it this way. I will just turn my computer on, hit play, rewatch the whole thing, and just record the audio from it. You know what I mean? Just let it play. If I have to go that route, I will. I have the means. I can definitely do that.
Of technology.
Technology. I don't know if you guys have one, but does everybody here have an old junk drawer of just old cables and connectors and stuff like that?
No,
'Cause I am
put it in my
guilty.
footstool.
I am just guilty of that. I have cables. I have old cell phones from like, I have one of my original flip phones still. Like the cable, the charger, it still works. It's an old Samsung phone. I plugged in the other day just out of curiosity, looking through my old text messages. Wow. Some of the texts that I was like, people I was texting, girls I was trying to get with, I'm just like, Jesus. I'm 34 now. I'm looking back on it. I'm like, man, 21-year-old me was a dog.
It's me and Facebook. Like, 18-year-old me was.
I had to do that.
What'd you say, Biz? Or
Just
Ash?
got a little bit at the end.
Oh, were you talking to me? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I was like thinking about all the poor kids who had to do all that like on Facebook. They would post that shit like to their personal Facebook, and now it's on the internet forever. Like at least we just had text messages, and
Right.
like most of the time delete them. It's not out there for the world to see on like screenshots on Tinder and like.
Nope. I had that phone before a smartphone was even a thing. Didn't really have to worry about that.
I actually updated my Facebook profile for the D&D group finder because I only got Facebook for 2 reasons. One, my mom wanted to share stuff with me, so I did that for her because otherwise I didn't have Facebook. And the second one was my best friend wanted to also share memes with me. My mom just wanted to share like photos or posts with family, and then my best friend wanted to show Facebook memes to me, which you can't really view without Facebook, so I did that. So before I joined the D&D group finder, I had 3 friends, and my profile picture, just because I thought it was funny, was a picture that said alone. Pros, alone. Cons, alone.
Introverted like a mug.
I didn't really use it, so I just thought that was funny. And when I sent a friend request to my mom, she's like, "Is that you? It's the same name, but I'm just making sure because it's a weird picture." Thought it was great. And then I was like, "Oh crap! If I'm gonna join this D&D group, maybe nobody will want to play with me if that's all that they can see."
Always Ventura. Nobody wants to play with me. Good deal. Okay. I'm done.
Ready to get back into it?
Yeah, sorry. I'm done snacking.
Well, I've been snacking this whole time.
Yeah, but my only other snacks are pretzels, and those are gonna be really crunchy. I'll just have to mute myself. I can still crunch. I'll just have to mute myself. I don't think anyone wants to hear.
I have about 5 bags of chips behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them are open because they're for my barbecue grill out tomorrow night. But
Oh, what are we barbecuing, man? Where's my invite?
Let's go.
I'm not the
I was
one
only 13 hours
barbecuing.
away.
My best friend's fiance, it's his birthday, and so we're going over to his house, and I'm bringing a bunch of chips and some potato salad and some alcohol for everyone, helping set up the birthday party for him and everything.
So you basically brought the party. I mean,
That's what it sounds like. But does your potato salad have mustard in it?
I honestly don't know. It's the Walmart potato salad because I don't know how
Okay.
to make it. So, whatever Walmart potato salad is.
Walmart potato salad does not have mustard in it, so that is a good thing.
Potato salad has to have mustard in it. I'm sorry.
No, it does not. It can have some mustard in it, but it should not have a lot of mustard in it.
I didn't say a lot. It just has to have it in it.
Some.
I'm trying
What kind
to.
of mustard?
I'm trying to hold the dice up. If I do this, does it look like I'm picking myself up on my dice?
Yes.
A little bit.
what it's mainly doing is making me notice it's not even.
Oh, I didn't want to say anything.
And I have
God damn it.
centered this whole time. I've been trying to, like,
Oh no.
recenter myself in my camera because I can't, like, because it's opposite from what I can see on my thing. So I'm like, am I centered? Am I centered? Am I centered?
I didn't want to say anything because I was like, I saw it, but I was just like, oh, it's fine.
What have I done?
Fuck that dice.
It looks better. It looks fine. It looks great.
It's whatever. It helps.
It looks great.
It helps block. It helped block the sunlight. I ain't worry about now as it's dark, but at first, yeah, it helped block all that light, all that ambient light that was behind me. Okay. I'm not starting this unless Chris gives me a big, like, happy smile or something like that. 'Cause you just look like, okay, Rock, Dwayne Johnson over there.
Look.
He just looks like somebody peed in his Cheerios. Why you look like somebody?
That'd be disgusting. I just bought
Who hurt
Cheerios
you?
today.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
That's a discussion we really don't have the time for. So you're just gonna have to deal with my resting bitch face. I'm sorry.
Sir, please step out of the vehicle of emotion and get happy.
Isn't happiness an emotion?
You shut up.
Right.
They may bring my voice changers out on you.
No, he's got his voice changers.
Do you guys not hear
They're
it?
back.
He is smiling.
Do you hear my voice changer?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just make sure.
He is smiling. It's a
Yay.
sardonic smile. But
That's
it's
okay.
A smile.
It's okay. I'll just a little grin. Just a little thing.
Well, it's just hairs.
I miss being able to do that. I can stroke my chin. I can stroke my chin. I got rid of all this. I got a little stubble
He
growing
doesn't
back. I
let me
got rid of
play
that.
with his mustache. It tickles him, and so like I'll try to play with it, and he'll like smack my hand away and like fix it. That makes me real sad.
I'll trade you some hair for some facial hair.
No, you keep all that hair to yourself.
Look at these lovely locks. Look how long his freaking hair is, man. I mean, seriously.
My hair is long enough for both of us. I will headbang for him.
Here's... Meow. What you laughing at, me?
No,
Oh.
he's eating again. I can't. So hurt.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry.
I could
Every-
never like.
You're never
stare
gonna-
at him.
You're never gonna unsee it.
His mustache
You're never look. He had to turn his video off. He had to turn his video off.
Oh, stop it.
You're never gonna unsee it now.
Stop it.
You missed it. He's embarrassed now because I said it looks like a little bunny rabbit chewing right there. Hey, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. It looks cute.
I do like his beard quite a bit.
I'm jealous of it. Like, all joking aside, I'm jealous of how full it is right here. Right here. I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of that. Right here, I got about like a little quarter-inch spot right here. My hair does not grow right there, so I can't do that. So you got one up on me. It won't grow right there. I can make an epic-ass mustache. I can't make them connect.
Well, at the rate mine's growing, I'll get there in about 25.
He can twirl the ends into like those little pointy things.
So could I, but it doesn't look right on my face. That's why I was like, I'm sticking with the chin and just had the long hair. I haven't had a haircut in over 2 years. Got it trimmed. I get it trimmed here and there, but oh no, this looks like
You gotta
shit.
get it off.
Yeah. That HD cam. Let me get up on that. You want to see all these split ends? They gotta go. I hate coronavirus. I need to get my hair did. All right.
Get yourself some scissors and do it yourself.
Jesus Christ. Let's play the frickin' game. Alrighty.
Come on.
And we're back. And we are live again. Okay. So what is the plan, ladies and gents? What are we about to go do?
Well, I just got finished proposing in a very reasonable way that we raid the leftover tools from Sydney.
Yep.
Oh.
Possibly during the same time that Mist and Aaron are ransacking the castle, or possibly before? No.
It's up to you guys. You guys do whatever you want.
You could probably split up, send a couple people to the manor to scout out the guards pattern. Well, Eric has. He hasn't told us about it, but
That is true. I don't think
If
Carrick
we're gonna go
specifically
check
said
it
that.
out.
oh, he went out and he came back, and there
Ha-
hasn't been a word said.
That's
so
true.
I haven't written down what the stuff was, but I can't make my character use it.
Very true.
If we're gonna go by Sydney's house, Mist wants to go there.
Okay.
I'll
Just
head to
however
Sydney's
however you
house
guys want to
first.
play this out. However you guys want to play this out.
DM question, just time-wise, where are we at?
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
In game, what time is it?
Oh, what time is it? It is a.
We wasted talking.
Oh.
We said 6:30.
You woke up. You woke up around 7.
Yeah.
I'll say just for time's sake, we'll say it's 9 o'clock. 9 sounds about good. It's about 9. It's been about 2 hours since you guys woke up.
Okay, so we've missed our window anyway to start with the manor.
Well, we were waiting for Hugo. He said that he was
right.
going to send us somebody, or send something to let us know when the best time to stealth is.
Well, we know.
Well, he told you when, if I remember correctly, he told you the best time frame already.
Yes, he said us the time frame, but he said his exact words
Mm-hmm.
were that Hugo, I'll let you know when a good time to come to the house is. I have it scripted. I'm looking at my script right now.
Well, then, Mr. Script, do you also remember what time the guard changes?
Yep, it's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. He said that before. The last thing he said was that he was going to send word for us.
Yep.
So I just thought maybe it was different.
Mm-hmm. But you guys are all upstairs right now, so maybe somebody's
yeah,
down
so
there.
Before we head down, we should talk about schedule-wise. I remember the little halfling letting us know that the Lord has quite a steady schedule, and he's usually in his bed around 9 p.m. and it's getting close to that. We've got about an hour before the guard changes, which would be a prime time for us to possibly sneak around. So
them at the end of their shift.
yeah, right around guard change, around 10 o'clock. We've got about 45 minutes, an hour, if we wanted to all head over to Sydney's house.
I think we should check downstairs to make sure we didn't. Nobody's there waiting for us, and then head on over.
Say we go down in maybe a staggered grouping as to not attract any eyes.
Well, most of the people in town at least know. I'm assuming that word's gotten around about us that we're a group, other than maybe Carrick being a part of our group, but I'm just assuming that if they see some of us, they'll expect some of the rest of us at least somewhere nearby.
That's fair.
I would say that maybe Carrick can go down ahead of us, and seeing as you've been in the town a little bit longer than us, you know whereabouts Sydney's house might be.
Oh,
Can do that.
so that was just her blacksmith shop. She didn't live there, did she?
Carrick would know that. She had the forge and the blacks, like where she would forge everything, and then literally the building right behind all of that is her home.
Mm-hmm. So excuse me. The forge is part of her house. It's kind of behind, but I believe connected. So
Yep.
So start heading downstairs since
Carrick,
we're all just.
you were heading downstairs first. Then is that
I'll head out a few moments
Okay.
before they leave and just stagger us, I guess.
Okay, Carrick, you come down first, and as you're coming down, you just kind of like look over at the bar, and you do notice, let's see, where is it? Make sure I get the names right. There we go. You notice an acquaintance that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not on such a personal level, but you know of him. You've dealt with this person before. You see a man, a human male, by the name of John Colton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you would know this man. He runs the general store. Okay, where you just any kind of general store you could think of. I mean, that's general wares, glass bottles, food, whatever your everyday needs. He's the man who runs the general store. He's sitting there at the end of the bar where Mercer was sitting,
Mm-hmm.
and he sees you come down and just gives you one of the little like that, like, hey.
I'll walk over,
Okay.
take up a stool next to him, kind of tap the bar for a drink.
Tatum comes over, gives you a drink. And John says to you, "Hi, it's good to see you're still alive and kicking there."
Yeah? Damn you. Yeah, it is.
Pause. Why'd you say "damn you"?
Because I'm going to immediately switch to an Irish accent.
I just start talking in Irish accent if you like.
Not the character I'm going for, man.
Okay. Back in. So it's good to see that you're still alive and kicking there, friend.
It was rough going for a minute, but we managed.
Aye. It's good.
What can I do for you?
It's more of what I can do for you.
I'm intrigued.
It seems we have a mutual acquaintance in Mr. Hugo.
Indeed. I just kind of beam a little.
He says the best time. I'm not quite sure what this means, but he told me to tell you this. He said 9:30. That's all he said. And I'm not quite sure what that meant. 9:30.
Well, then we best get a move on. Thank you.
Yours
is on.
Not quite sure
Your
what.
drink is on me.
I appreciate it. He says, "Well, if there's anything else I can do for you, I guess I guess I'll head back to I can head back to my store, but I was told to come here around 9 and tell you about he just told me to tell you 9:30." And with that, tips his hat and just walks out.
I'll finish my drink, head back to the group, and relay the information of 9:30.
Let's throw a.
It's about 9 now. We might want to head over to the manor first. Wanna be late.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'd rather you all have some backup, just in case things go south, rather than us be caught up in other ventures. So I say we head out. Let's waste no time.
Lord's Manor.
So you guys decide are you going to Sydney's or are you skipping Sydney's and going straight to the manor?
I think given the time frame we're heading to the
Sydney's
manor.
en route to the manor?
It is. It's on the way.
And how long would it take to get to the manor?
From Sydney's, 5-minute walk.
5 minutes? So we can
You can.
stop by Sydney's on
It's
the
going
way.
to take you. It's going to take you 2 minutes to get to Sydney's, and 5 minutes from Sydney's to get to the manor.
Okay.
So
it's around that.
so beeline from the tavern to the manor, 7 minutes, just to get there,
Okay.
All right.
and that's walking. Obviously, if you're sprinting or running, obviously half the time.
Biz, how long did you want to stay in Sydney's place?
Well, we'd want to give it the once over, but if we don't find anything useful, if we've got time, just I'm thinking if she has any sort of leather-studded armor, something a little lighter, a little more stealthy than what I thought would really aid us. That way I can be moving around and not draw that attention. So if we can poke our heads in, see if we see anything useful, and then maybe swing back around another time, I think we've got time for that.
Okay.
We should head over to Sydney's quickly so that we can make sure we're on time for Hugo.
Yep. You guys have burned about 2 minutes during this conversation. We're doing this in real time. From now on, the rest of this we're like mission start, essentially.
Okay.
Mission start.
I'm getting up and I'm starting to walk.
I got a stopwatch going right there. You guys have burned 2 minutes.
Okay, we need to go.
All right, so fuck it, we walk out.
Okay. So everybody starts going down the stairs, out the door.
Eric, will you lead the way to Sydney's?
Yep.
Okay.
And
So
as we're walking, Danny, once we get out of the tavern, I'll relay the information from earlier.
fair enough.
About the guards.
Yeah.
On the way to Sydney's, it's a 2-minute walk. You can kind of tell everybody about what's going on in those 2 minutes. That's not a problem.
I'll know that the guard that walks around the house is about a 4-minute. So.
Yep.
To
About
get his full rotation.
Yep. Takes him about 4 minutes to make his full rotation. 3.5, 4 minutes.
Okay, so are we at Sydney's now?
Sure.
Real quick.
Oh.
Just that way. As for point of order,
Mhm.
I have the gear
You do.
to sneak in.
You do.
So I've got like the bag with me. I'll give Mercer like the scrolls because I know he's the magic guy. But like I've got like the caltrops. I've got all of that. So that way, just point of order, we have it, and it's not one of those. Oh hey, you left it on the bed.
Nope. I'm with you. I'm not that much of a dick. I'm not that much of a dick. Invisibility and pass without a trace, I believe, are level 2 spells. Invisibility might be level 3, or is that level 2?
Level 2.
It's level 2.
I can use
level 2.
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I believe they're both level 2 spells. Okay, so you guys make your way through, or like walking to Sydney's house as Carrick leads and explains the situation and what's going on. With what he has seen, I should say, and tells you again about the 9:30 thing. So time is of the essence. You guys start to make your way to Sydney's, and it's still the stall is still there. What's left of it, it's charred, beat to shit. The house is unscathed, thank goodness. The house was not caught up in the blaze, but the workstation was. So the forge looks like it's probably going to need a lot of repair. But as you approach, you see a wooden cottage type building. Not big. Probably only by 20 feet wide or so at the front. And it probably goes in and back another like 15, 20 feet as well. Not big by any means. Woman of simple means. Go ahead.
Can I roll to see if anyone's around us? That's
Perception. Yeah, give me a perception check.
toward us?
Yep, give me a perception check.
Ooh. Okay. 21.
You look around, and as you guys are about 50 feet from Sydney's approaching it, you do see one of the town guards starting to pass. And he's just giving you guys just a look around like that. He's seen you guys before. It's kind of dark, so you don't really see his face, but you can see him holding his spear and the helmet and the armor and everything, so you know he's a guard. So you're not sure if you know this person or not, but he just kind of gives you a little nod and just goes about his patrol and walks past you, heading towards the inn. That's the only person you see out.
Seeing that the coast is clear, can we kind of have a look around on like maybe a back door or some way less conspicuous to get into her house?
Sure. You want to start? You just want to like take instead of going towards the front door, just kind of like walk around the side and just take a look at the back. Okay, so Biz kind of like wanders off a little bit to the left, and goes around the back side and just kind of peeks around the corner. No really porches or anything on the back, but there's a back door.
I've seen the guard go, and I don't see anybody else.
Nope.
Can I just take a quick glance at remains of the stall if there's anything that was left there that could be useful?
Everything that was probably left in that stall is charred to freaking hell. It would take you a long time to probably start sifting through the ashes with burnt canopies, burnt wood, burnt leathers probably. It'd probably take you a little while to dig through that. So, I mean, you could if you really want to, but I'd say it's probably going to take you at least a good 20 minutes to dig through that crap.
I'm good.
Okay.
Just look at it, see that it's charred, and
Yep.
move on.
If time wasn't of the essence, you could probably spend some time doing it, but
Basil just look at Miss and kind of nod towards the back door.
okay. So,
Mist will see that and he'll go towards the back and try to scout his way in.
okay. So, Miss goes around the back and sees the wood frame door, brass handle, and do you try just open it?
Like very gently, like one of those, like if you're trying to like peek a door in a shooter, that just kind of nudge it open,
Mhm.
not trying to like
I'll get you.
open it all the way. Yeah.
Right. Well, you check to see if it's unlocked. It is unlocked. And you just pull the door open a little bit just to give you like an inch, just to kind of peer inside with your dark vision. Okay. Well, what you see is bed, chair. From the angle you're looking at, open the door with your right hand and you peek around. You see a bed, nightstand, chair in front of a desk, and that's all you can see from the angle you're at. So that's peering into the left side of the building. Who knows what's on the right side?
Mist will relay that information, but knowing time of the essence, he's just kind of like YOLO, and he'll step himself inside.
Okay. Minus 50 XP for saying YOLO. I used to have a hate for that word. It's just I've gotten over it. Okay. Continue. So YOLO opens the door up. No, I don't care anymore. It's fine. So he opens the door up, and as you see inside now, everything I described on the left, and as you look on the right side, in front of you, you see the front door, and various accoutrements of just different projects, I guess you can say, that she may have been working on this. The table is the entire length of the house on the right side. It's various weapons, or at least pieces of such. There's nothing that seems full, as far as like you can get a better look at, like, you walk into the house and kind of just take a look around.
Yeah, he's going in and he's treading lightly, but kind of just looking around, trying to see if there's might be anything of use,
Okay.
anything that might help them.
Okay. So you step inside and you come to, like I said, the large table, various tinkering tools, various black forging tools. She didn't seem to be just normal blacksmith. She seemed to be a tinkerer of sorts. She liked engineering. There's gears and tiny hammers and screwdrivers of sorts. And just a whole bunch of just different tools that you may or may not have. You might not even seen some of these before, and so that confuses you a bit. And you're looking around. You do see. Actually, you know what? You give me an investigation check. Uh oh. I see him shaking his head. What we got?
It is proficient with and smith's tools.
Mhm.
So if she's
That's
not right in
a-
her line of sight, she might.
That's a what?
I want to shout out to Dale Earnhardt Sr. here because I got a 3.
Oh shit! Oh, the great one has returned. So you are just looking around. You're just very confused by all of this, but knowing that Biz, being the gnome that she is probably pretty good with this kind of thing. She might be able to understand about a little bit more what's going on. So it dings into your head and like, oh shit.
Yeah, Crystal kind of motion for Biz to come take a look at everything, and then honestly, he's gonna step back out because he's kind of got a clock going in his head, and he's like, "We need to start speeding it up."
Okay, so Biz
Follow Biz in.
Biz walks in, followed by Mercer, and Biz, you see all of these tools that you know very much about. Like, you are in your element. You know all of these. You know what that hammer specifically for, what these claws are for, what this vise is for. Like, what would you use with these gears? What was these bolts, these rivets, these everything, and everything's going in your head, and you snap back into place, and you're like, time is of the essence. So, being the littler person you are, you jump up onto a stool and kind of start looking around, and give me an investigation check for you with
I'm
advantage.
looking for a storage container.
Hold on.
Like if she has.
Hold
any
on.
storage.
Hold on. With advantage, Biz, give me an investigation check. Only because you are proficient with all of this stuff, and I'm allowing you to have advantage on it.
17.
17. Okay. So you start picking tools up. You're like, again, you're like in your element, like, oh, what could she possibly use this for? It's like, and, oh, okay. And on the right side, you see a bundle of materials, different leathers, different steels, like maybe just scraps. But you start digging through there, and again, you could almost hear like Mist like tapping his foot, like, come on, we gotta go. And Biz, you pull back the last like little bits of things, and there's a case, a glass case.
Is it full
And-
of emotion?
It is full of emotion, because of what I'm about to tell you. It is full of emotion. This is not a joke. And you slide it over to you on the table and kind of brush things off, and it is a set of leather armor. But stitched into it on like where the breast would be is a name. I'm totally drawing a blank. Did I mention Sydney's daughter's name? Because that's whose it is.
I don't think you did. I think you just said.
You haven't mentioned her name yet.
Well,
believe
you know now. Okay. It's Jezzy. Jezzy is stitched on there. And then underneath of it is just hearts, and it just says mom or mother underneath of it. She had made this armor for her daughter as a little adventurer that she probably was. And it would probably fit a little gnome like you. It is elegant. Do you, from what you can see, it's still in the case. Do you wish to open the case?
I'll kind of look over at Mercer and say, "Is this right? Do you think she would wish?"
I think that we should take it, and then when we're done with the town, go look for her daughter. If we can find her daughter, we can pass it on.
That's a great idea. All right. Okay. And then she just either no.
Redact that. I'm not breaking the glass. I'm not breaking the glass. Okay.
Like picks it up and is like, okay, there's gonna be like an opening, and then she opens it. And
Okay. So it's easy enough. It's just not even locked. You just open it up. And there it is in front of you is a set of studded leather armor. And again, it's perfect size for you, for a little gnome or a little girl. And as you pick it up, I mean, it's inlaid with like silver leaves and tree branches, and on the you turn it over on the back, and there's a shield, but inside, outside the shield is another shield in the shape of a heart on the back. As in, it almost kind of looks like the heart wraps around the little shield, like it wants to protect it.
Alright. So, is just gonna kind of look around and be like, well, I think this is really useful, and I might wanna put this on.
Okay, so donning and doffing armor real quick. Taking off heavy armor, it's not full plate, luckily for you. It would take, by yourself, it would take about 5 minutes for you to take all that armor off, and then a minute to get that armor on. By yourself. With assistance, it cuts that time in half.
Okay, so. Ow! Aaron!
Biz is yelling for Aaron to come inside.
Well, Aaron has been, well, me, I'm about to cry, but Aaron hasn't taken any of this, so she's gonna rush in and she's gonna help Biz take off her chainmail and get the armor on, and she's gonna inspect the armor and make very affirming noises like, "Oh, this is nice and this is really pretty," and
Well, okay, so it takes about, since you cut the time in half, I'll say it took you 4 minutes. We'll say 4 minutes to take that armor off, put it back on. Total time spent in her house was probably 7.
okay.
Okay.
So while she was doing that, could I have just looked if there was any storage containers or like a
Investigation.
maybe a
Yep.
closet or something?
Yep. Investigation.
Nope, I don't have any bonuses. That's 11.
11. Not really much else to see in here, other than the desk and everything. Everything kind of looks nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing really pops out at you.
DM, can I get stats on that armor?
Stats on that armor? Yes, you can. Give me 1 second and pull that up.
Can I also look at the desk? Was that the desk where all the tools were, or
Yep.
is that a different desk? Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, I mean, there's a nightstand and another desk over there, like with like ink and parchment over there. When you do an investigation, when you investigate a room, I assume you look over the whole room. That's not just like, unless you specifically tell me, I want to look at that nightstand only. No, like I just want to investigate the nightstand only. Otherwise, I'm assuming it's a widespread investigation. You know what I mean? Like across the board. Where did you go? There we go. Okay. Wait, what did I say? Studded leather?
Mm-hmm.
Come back. Yes, that's what it was. Okay. Studded leather armor. As you put it on, you could almost feel a warm embrace as it like cinches to every, like it follows every curve of your body and tightens slightly and then loosens a little bit, and you feel like it felt warm. It felt like a warm hug. It really did. That was the easiest way to describe it. It literally felt like a warm hug after you just got done tying all the laces and everything up. It felt like a warm hug for about 3 seconds, and then it like whew, you could breathe again. The normal armor class for a studded leather armor is 12 plus your dex mods. So for you, that would put you at 14. This is a special studded leather armor, though. Essentially, it is a +1 studded leather armor. By whatever means she did, she got this thing slightly enchanted. So it is technically a +1 studded leather armor. So its AC, its base AC is 13. So your AC is now 15 wearing that armor.
Yeah.
If that is your dex. Your dex is 14, I believe.
This is working, yeah.
Yeah, your dex is 14. Okay. I can't remember if your stats were correct on the screen. They are. Okay, so yep, your dex is 15, or your AC is 15 now. Okay, so like I said, same thing. 7 minutes have passed, and while all that what was happening and going on, Biz and Aaron step back out, and total time passed now is 12 minutes, I'd say total, probably. You've burned 12 minutes now. You got 18 minutes left before 9:30.
Mist will just look at Carrick, and he looks past him for a minute to Mercer and Biz, and then back to Carrick, and he's like, "We need to fucking go."
Yeah. Let's try and get him moving.
Okay, so you guys get to walking out from behind the house and work your way up. You guys want to stay on the main roads or kind of like weave in out of buildings, or what are you guys trying to do? Like, what's the route? I want to know the route. Obviously, the most direct route is the fastest, but you could also go like a more stealthy route. It might take more time, but possibly a good chance of nobody noticing you. So up to you.
I think it'd be good if we did stealthy.
But how much time would that add to us?
Stealth cuts your speed in half. So if it's a 5-minute walk from her house to there, it's going to take you 10 minutes to walk from where you're at to the mansion. You have 18 minutes left before 9:30. Your guys' call.
So we could take the 10-minute journey.
Yep.
We
Weaving
would
it
still get there. Okay.
approximately, unless you guys don't run into any troubles, approximately 8 minutes to spare. Approximately.
Okay.
All right. So if we start going the stealthy route, what's the local foliage looking like as far as trees go?
Well, you have trees behind the houses and stuff. There's not a whole lot of trees. There is some, but there's not a lot of thick, like lots and lots of like big clusters of trees until you get a little closer to the mansion. That is when you get a little more secluded. That's when there was as you would know this just because you were there before. You remember trees surrounding it on either side, approximately anywhere, it varies, but anywhere from like 20 to 50 feet away from the house on any one given side. It just varies. But on the way there, though, now there's buildings mainly on the way there. Some shrubbery like bushes, here or there, a tree. But there could be there's some taller grasses though, probably, if you guys wanted to like crawl and stuff like that. There's taller grasses. I mean, it's not like everybody's got a lawnmower.
I'm good for skulking about, and then when we get to close enough to where there's more trees and foliage, then Mist will just kind of jump his way into a tree, and he'll kind of go tree to tree, keeping an eye out on things and trying to stay as out of sight as possible, since he's going to be the main one getting into the mansion or the manor.
Okay. So if we're going to stealth route, this is going to be a group check. Everybody roll a stealth check. Everybody.
Sweet. I don't have
15.
advantage, 'cause I just
So Mercer got a 15. Good.
20 from me.
20 for Carrick.
3.
3 for Aaron. Missed?
19.
19. Biz?
7.
7. This was a group check. This is how this works. There was 3 successes, 2 failures. So you guys, technically, think of it this way. You win. Okay? There was more successes than there were failures.
Thank God.
So that's how that works. So you guys successfully stealth your way there. And as you approach, you guys are like weaving in and out of buildings and going behind a cart here and there, and Miss is kind of taking the lead and peeking around corners and kind of waving everybody on. And he eventually leads you guys towards the mansion or the manor, and you get about 100 feet from the front of the like the front door essentially of the or the front facing wall, I should say, of the manor. And that's when, like you asked, there's more foliage now. There start to be a little more trees, and you feel you could probably, even if you really wanted to try, make it from tree to tree that last 100 feet towards at least the front of it, if not maybe serpentine around and get to one of the other walls instead, if that's the route you wish to take.
Oh, for Mist, yeah. He's as soon as he starts seeing that there's those larger trees there that can support him.
Yep.
He's automatically up in the trees, and he's gonna go.
Yep.
And
Okay.
he'll stop and look at the character like, "Hey, I'm going up in the trees. Maybe give me 10, 15 feet of leeway. I'll scout, and y'all just follow. If you hear me whistle or you hear something, just halt, and then I'll give us the all clear."
I'll pass that along to the group.
Okay. Very good.
quietly.
Very good. So, Mist easily enough climbs up his first tree, and give me an acrobatics check from going from the next couple trees. I'm not going to make you do an acrobatics check from every single tree. Just every once in a while, I might make you do an acrobatics check.
17 total.
Okay, fair enough. Those first couple trees are no problems. Okay, you're, and I'm still taking your original stealth check into account for now. That could change, but for now. So you're 19 stealth and 17 acrobatics right now. So not bad. Okay, so moving ahead, you get about 20 feet ahead of the group, and groups following on the ground stealthily while you're kind of moving it along the same pace, keeping them between 10 and 20 feet behind you. And you get to the last tree before you get to the manor. And this tree is, were you heading just beeline straight to the front wall? Like, how do you want to do this?
So it was just going to be about, maybe to the wall, just so that way he can kind of stay above, and then having that extra height, he can kind of see the path people are taking, and then he'll jump down and kind of be like, okay, this is the path we need to go. Like, this is what I saw. We're going to go the opposite way.
When you say people are taking, you mean like the patrols?
Yeah, so like whatever patrol is out there, whatever guard is kind of out there. So like if they're coming down one way and they're heading to the right, he's gonna be like, okay, we need to go head to the left area because they came that way.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, so you're up in the tree and you're gonna wait a little bit to see where any patrols or guards or any movement is going on at all. Essentially, how long do you want to wait in the tree? A minute?
Like, a minute to 2. Because in his head, the 9:30 time frame still seems weird since there was a switch at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So the 9:30 time frame to him, he's like, why are we moving earlier? Like, he's trusting Carrick as much as he's the one who got the information, so he's gonna go with it. But he's still kind of like, why are we moving earlier than the patrols? So he's got a little bit of like
doubt,
just hesitation. Yeah, doubt.
Okay, fair enough. You're up in the last tree and you're waiting for a couple minutes as you kind of like wave everybody else back, like hold. So everybody kind of just like squats down in the taller grasses, and you're waiting and looking around. Give me a perception check.
16 total.
Okay. Now with this is it's dark out, so this is with dark vision. You can only see 60 feet ahead of you. Okay, with dark vision. Anything past that, you can't see. But within that 60-foot radius, you can easily see the front of. You can see the entire, damn near the entire front wall of the manor, and a little bit, like on either side or whatever. You kind of see that. You wait about 30 seconds into your wait. Well, actually, let me start with this. The first one you do see a guard stationed out in front of the door, about 5 feet away from the front door. If the door is left, if you're facing it. So the door is left, essentially. If you're walking in, he'd be on your left. So to the door's left, you see one guard. 30 seconds in, here comes another patrol, just as Carrick said, walking past you. He does not notice you. He stops on the corner of the wall, gives it a little look around, kicks some dirt, shrugs his shoulders a little bit, keeps walking down the west wall now, heading towards the south, or heading towards the north. And about a minute, or about another 30 seconds pass, and nothing else has changed until the very last second where you decide, okay, it might be time to go. As you waited in there a little longer than you had thought you had hoped. And as you were about to jump down, you did notice that some of the lights, or lanterns, I should say, not lights, but the candle-lit lanterns that were in some of the windows are slowly going out. One by one. And all the lights have just now gone out, except on the first floor. On the front of that mansion, all the lights have now gone out. And the ambient light that you could see glowing off the side on the left are slowly going out. And you'd think it's probably damn close to 9:30 now. And you notice that first guard who's one last thing. The guard who is still standing there at the front doorway. Leans up against the back wall. You see his head just leaning up against the wall. Is probably falling asleep now. And that catches your attention. Now you want to wait here even longer to see what's going on. That same guard.
Okay, yeah.
That same guard.
I'll wait to see if that same guard.
That same guard comes. Yep, comes past. And he walks over to the other guard. Gives him a little shake. Hey, shift's almost over. We can't fall asleep. Oh, just give me a couple winks. Fine. I might join you. And he goes to the other side of the door. And they both just kind of lean back and... And that's what you see.
Alright, Mist drops down as quiet as he can.
Yep.
And he looks to Carrick, he looks to Aaron. They're fucking asleep. I don't know which of our gods or goddesses is on our side right now. They're asleep. The lights in the manor, they're off.
On the top floor. On the top floor.
On the top floor.
Mhm.
On the top floor, they're out. Which means the Lord's probably heading to bed. So I say it takes us maybe a couple minutes to get to the back. We can climb up, get into a window. We can go to where Hugo told us. We've got, I'd say now, about 28 minutes before we have to deal with the shift change. Mercer is y'all gotta look out. Mercer, I know you can kind of talk to us. You can kind of give us a heads up. If you don't, I would say maybe link with Carrick or Aaron, because I'm going to be in there just trying to find what I can find. And I don't need to be spooked out by some weird voice in my head in the middle of all of this.
So, I can turn 2 people invisible. Who wants to be invisible? Who's all going?
Stop. How can you turn 2 people invisible?
I have my twin spell, so I can touch 2 people. With my sorcery points.
But you can't twin a concentration. You can't hold 2 concentrations at the same time.
It doesn't say that. It says that for my details, it just says that I can choose any spell that can only select 1 target.
Right. Oh, it didn't say anything about concentration in that, did it?
No, it mentions nothing about concentration.
Here's how twin spell works though. Like I'll explain afterwards. Let's just for levity's sake.
Creature in range with the same spell.
Mhm.
I'd assume that it would be this. I'm not casting 2 spells. I'm casting the same spell, and it's just happening twice. That's what I thought it was.
That would negate the need for casting at a higher level. If you were if you could cast a level 3 spell, then invisibility is level 1 spell. If at level 3, then you can cast it on 2 different people with the same concentration. But if you're twinning a spell, it twins everything, meaning you're twinning the concentration, and you can't hold 2 concentrations.
Or that it didn't mention anything.
That's just for levity's sake. I can talk to you more about it after the game. You could twin the spell, but the first person you touch, as soon as it takes effect on the second person, it ends on the first person. That's how twin concentration works. I found something online about it, and I'll get back to you on that. But you wouldn't be able to twin it.
Dang.
All right, so then here's the deal. Mercer, you can make one of us invisible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have this scroll here. And he looks to Aaron, he looks to Carrick. One of y'all can go ahead and use this scroll and go invisible. I'm pretty stealthy as it is. I don't need to be invisible. And honestly, I'm going to bite the bullet on this one. If there's someone to be caught, if something goes sideways, the 2 of you need to not be caught. I'll fight off whatever has to. I'll be the distraction. I've got caltrops, I've got some ball bearings, and if need be, I can use some of these pitons and rope to just create a tripwire. But time is of the essence, and we need to figure out what our plan is, and we need to go now.
Scroll. Aaron, use cast without a trace, and then I turn her invisible so that you guys get bonus stealth, and we need to go.
Yep.
Remember,
Can I go ahead?
you got to stay within 30 feet of whoever casts Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah. So can I go ahead
So-
and cast Pass Without a Trace?
You can cast Pass Without a Trace. That's fine.
Okay, so it says that I need a material. I need ashes from a burned leaf of mistletoe and a sprig of spruce. Since
That's
I'm
fine.
a druid,
Does
Will it
any
make sense
does
to
any
have
of yes, as long as it does not have a gold component, as long as there's not a monetary value, well, then yes, you would have it. You'd have in your little component pouch. You would have
Okay.
that.
okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Use the invisibility scroll. I'll hand him that. What he can use.
Okay.
And then I will touch Aaron's shoulder and cast invisibility on her.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I could have misread that. I'll let you twin spell invisibility. That's fine. I'll let you do it.
Oh.
I will
okay,
let you do
so
it.
Then we save the scroll.
Yep. I will let you twin spell invisibility.
Okay. Well, actually, screw it. We're gonna Carrick use the scroll anyway, and I twin spell it and put the second one on the mist so that all three of them are invisible.
Good deal. So mist is now invisible. So who's
I'm a
it?
super stealthy boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get it. You get advantage now
Three of my
on
three
all
dice
all
points,
stealth
so
checks
level
while
2.
invisible.
So we get an advantage to all stealth checks, and then we get an additional
Plus 10.
+10 as long as they're within 30 feet of me.
Correct.
So if you guys move together,
Yep. That's
good
super.
luck.
You're
You
super
just
stealth
be on
mode.
lookout.
Super stealth mode now. Invisible and pass without a trace is the ultimate stealthy combo, or one of them. Greater invisibility is better, but that's way later in the game. Okay, so it lasts for an hour. As long as you not take any actions, invisibility works as long as you not take any actions to like harm somebody or do anything like that or cast a spell. It'll stay on you as long as the person who casts it maintains concentration for an hour.
Okay, so invisibility would stay on us, but if we get to the study and I want to cast detect magic, then
You would lose past without a trace.
okay, that's what I thought.
All right, what's the sound
Ability
component?
too, wouldn't she?
Hold on. So was that missed?
What's the sound component to it? Because if we're going to be on pass without a trace and invisible, I'm thinking it might be easier to just kind of go through that front door with the key instead of trying to go through the rigmarole of let's climb up, let's go through all of this.
It's up to you. However you guys want to do it. I mean,
I just don't know the-
Sound-wise, I don't
know
do
the sound-
anything.
I don't know the sound component of the spell. Like I don't know if it like mutes sound or
oh
how
no.
that works. Like, for like some spells, it'll like
Nope.
it deafens everything.
Not invisibility. You still make sounds. Like if you step in a puddle, people are going to still see it. It's just that they don't know where the hell it came from. That kind of thing. You're just invisible. All physical
Okay,
things
cool.
still happen. You're just invisible.
All right,
But-
then
If we've got pass without a trace, it says a creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. So does that include?
There you go. Well then,
Okay.
no tracks essentially. So yes, if you were to step in a mud puddle or a water puddle or something like that, no, you would not be tracking mud through the house. No footprints. There's still sound though, but no physical thing. Like you can't see the mud tracks, but you could hear it.
Okay.
Just as an example.
Gotcha.
all right, Carrot, Aaron, let's go. We're gonna go back around and make our way up.
So are you guys going through the front door, or are you going to try and do your rappel and everything?
I don't trust them to stay asleep enough during me
Oh.
trying to like walk through a door.
Okay.
That just doesn't sit right with me. And having burgled my way into enough homes in my history, I'm gonna go through the back door.
Good frickin' deal. Then in that case, for now, everybody can open up 3D Virtual Tabletop. I'm going to post it in the chat. In the text, I should say. There you go. And we will now, I see everybody's in there. Good. Okay. Let's switch the stream over. There we go. Okay. Good deal. You guys are now making your way along that's everything you see. Okay, so that black that what you can't see right there, that's the side of the building. Okay.
Okay.
You see, there's no window. Actually, there's a couple windows on the bottom floor. All lights are out. You see, there is no lights on the top floor around that side of the building at all. You see a set of, let me make sure I describe that one right. You see a set of 3 windows on that side with a 4th kind of wrapping around the corner. I would assume you guys are going around this side. You guys can move your tokens too. I'll just kind of put you all over here. But assuming that you guys are in trees, and that's why you guys are right on the edge of that. Like kind of sticking to the brush and the trees and everything like that. So you guys can take control of your minis now.
Who's
And
staying up front to keep an eye on the changing of the guard?
Mercer will, because I have to focus on my concentration, so I don't have to want to focus on too much. So I don't know where
those are where the guards are.
you back out.
That is where the guards are right
Like,
now. The two that
back
are.
in those bushes where we could see the guards that were like back here somewhere.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
Just watching the guards and focusing on keeping them invisible.
Yep. That's about where you guys were. That's about where the bushes kind of stop. Bushes and trees and everything, the shrubbery. Okay. So Mercer's back there.
Yeah, Biz is probably gonna stay with him and kind of like protect him. She's, I mean, still probably doing most of the stuff, so she's just gonna kind of stay with him and probably allow her to roll in being a lookout as far as.
Okay. I mean, two sets of eyes are always better than one. So, remind me, it's Mist, Carrick, and Aaron are all invisible, correct?
Carrick used the scroll and I turned the other 2.
Okay. Just double checking. Okay. And Aaron, did you cast the spell or did you burn the scroll for that spell? For Pass Without Trace? I can't hear you. I can't hear Aaron.
Cat.
I don't have that scroll. That's either Miss still has it or he gave it to Mercer. So I just cast.
Okay.
Pass Without Trace.
Okay, so you have the spell. Okay. Good deal.
I
And
burned one of my second cell slots.
Yep. Okay. Good deal. Okay. I just wanted to just make sure I was on the same page as you guys. So good deal.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what are you 3 doing then? If these 2 are hanging back doing lookout, what are you 3 doing?
Looks like we're gonna get through that window.
Okay. And you guys remember how Hugo described the place? Like where you guys would probably need to go?
Yeah, so like we're on the side of the building where we would need to be able to get into.
Correct.
If
Correct.
looking at the map is right, then yeah, we're on that side.
Correct. And he had described where it was on the building, I would assume?
He described inside, so if we were to go up the stairs and make a left, that first door we see would be where we would need to go into.
Yep, that is correct. Okay, so from the outside, you'd be looking at it right there. I just moved your mini. That's from the outside. You're looking right at the set of windows into that room.
All right, cool. So I'll kind of motion for Carrick and Aaron to come move over with me.
Sounds good. Okay, I need all 3 of y'all to make stealth checks for me. With advantage, with +10.
That's a 22 for me.
Woo! That +10 saved your ass.
It sure did. +10.
31 for me.
31.
After all of my bonuses, it's 35.
35. Freaking missed. Literally, if he wasn't invisible, he is now.
He is mist.
Right.
Mist is mist.
He literally turns into a mist. All right. It's a good deal. Those are some badass stealth checks. Okay. So you feel pretty freaking quiet. I mean, not a sound. Like you're walking through tall grass and like that. I mean, you could swear you stepped on a leaf and it didn't even crunch. That's how quiet you guys are. Okay, so all three of you guys look up to the second floor and you see the set of 3 paned windows with the fourth kind of curving around to the side. Actually, there's 5. There's 5 windows. So you got the 3 in front of you, and then 2 more, like 1, 2, 3 facing, and on the outsides, like 45-degree angles. So there's 5 set of 5 windows right there.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
All good.
All right, so I will pull a grappling hook out
Mhm.
and kind of start trying to see what the best angle is to throw it up there.
Okay, so you get the grappling hook ready. Give me a... Just give me a general dexterity check. So just roll plus dex bonus.
That's gonna be a 5.
5. And as you toss it up, it just lands right back at your feet. That's embarrassing.
Good shit, good shit. Yeah, it is. Real fucking embarrassing.
Yep, that's embarrassing. But luckily you guys are really stealthy, so it's like you caught it like right at the last second. It's like just kind of slow it down. So you're like, I don't think that really even made that much of a noise.
Oh, hold on. Can you describe the outside building? Like what the terrain of the building itself is?
That is stone, sheer-faced stone is this entire building. And it then, from the first floor, sheer-faced with the windows, but then it comes out like Victorian style and then goes up a little bit to make a little extra room, like an overhang for the windows and everything. And then it goes back up, and that would be the roof. But you can see up there where there would be a chimney. If you just step a couple steps back, you can kind of see maybe the top of like something on top of the building. That would be some sort of a chimney up there.
Okay, because I was also checking to see if it was possible enough to be the kind of stonery I would need to just say fuck it and I'll climb up using my ability. But
Yeah, it's all stone faced. It's not wood.
All right, then,
You can try.
throw it up again.
There you go. Try again with that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What'd you get?
So just so you know, the 5 is because of my +4 in Dex. That's my second natty 1 in a row.
You rolled 2 nat 1s. Okay, I didn't know you rolled a nat 1 that first time. Okay,
Oh, my bad.
it's okay.
Because it's the +4 modifier, so it ends up being a 5.
Right, it's all good. So with that though, you throw the grappling hook through the glass.
Yo.
But luckily, you have passed without a trace on, and that muffles the sounds, at least you hope so. And you wait. You don't hear anything. You're not hearing any shouting, but you pull on that rope, and it's taut. You've caught something.
Oh, Lord. Aaron's sending a prayer of thanks to Shantia right now.
Mist is just fucking beside himself. Kind of curses Lara under his breath, and is just like, "Fuck it."
Really?
And he starts climbing his way up the rope into the room.
Okay, so as you start to rappel up the rope, Mist does kind of like one of these. Look at my video feed. It's just like holding on and just peeking. And with your dark vision, here's what you see. You're going to have to scroll back to see this. Like further up the map, because you guys are still technically staring at the first floor. Here's what the second floor is. You guys see, or at least Miss sees this. That's the window right there. You see that little square I just revealed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the window that you just busted in. Okay. So you can move yourself to right around that area if you'd like.
Good shit.
You busted in that window, and here's what you see as you peek in. There we go. Gonna reveal that area just so you can kind of stand on the edge of the map if you want. Okay. You see this room. Okay. That's what you see. You see a desk. Very nice, well-crafted desk. There's no lights in this room, as all the lights are now out. You're purely dark vision right now. You see a nice ornate wooden desk with a chair that matches. I mean, gold inlays all over the thing, very gaudy. You see behind the desk is the fireplace that is probably attached to that chimney up top. You see various books on many different bookshelves. And then towards the front of the desk, you see a desk with a vase on it, a couple lights, or a set of lights hanging on or lanterns. I keep calling lights. Lanterns hanging on the walls in between each of the windows where the stone is, and that was probably what was lighting up the entire room. But since they are out, obviously it is dark, and that's kind of what you see. The big carpet in the middle.
All right, Mist will he'll go ahead and amble his way in, and then he will motion to Carrick and Aaron to go ahead and start climbing up. Kind of giving them the all clear.
Okay. So they are joining you in this room. Okay. So everybody kind of comes in. Where do you guys want to be at in the room? I would assume Mist would have to kind of step forward to let the other two in.
I'll be over by the chimney, like up against the wall.
Right there up against the wall, because right next to you is the chimney.
Oh, yeah, exactly right there.
Yep. Okay, so Aaron kind of steps out in the middle of the room a little bit. Carrick, where are you stepping to in this room?
Probably somewhere here in between the two of them.
Fair enough. Okay, I just want to get an idea where you all were standing.
Yeah.
You, since Mist, you're kind of like heading this expedition right here. Where do you want to start? Like, what exactly are you looking for? Where do you want to look for it? Like, where do you want to start?
Oh, the fucking table, of course. Like, it's right the fuck there.
The desk right in the middle? Okay. Excuse me. Where, oh where? Has my little dog gone? Oh where could he be? That's not funny. Oh. There it is. Okay. I was about to say, like, where the heck did I just put my notebook paper that had all of my stuff on? Okay.
Your secrets.
My secrets! You guys cannot see behind the veil. Okay. So, you are now in the study, as that was described to you. So, you go and start inspecting the desk and start messing with drawers. Here's what you see. If you pull the chair out, so you kind of get a good look at the desk layout. You have a center drawer, and then on the right side and the left side, you have a set of two drawers. on either side. So you have 5 drawers total. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then 1 in the center. Where do you want to start?
Two left, one right, two right, one center.
Yeah, 2, 2, and then 1 center. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the center.
Middle.
Middle. Okay. So what are you doing with the middle? Are you like describe what you're doing?
So Mist is gonna kind of like move his hands underneath, trying to see like if maybe there's a latch, maybe if there's like something that he can feel that might unlock it. But he's also just being gentle enough, like with his palm,
Mm-hmm.
to see if he can pull it out to see if it's locked or not.
Okay. So you're gently, very gently, just sliding your hand underneath. And
Yeah, think of like how in the movie where we steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yep. National Treasure.
Yes. Yeah, where they're in the Oval Office trying to feel underneath the
Yep.
desk.
Yep. I
Like
feel
he's
it.
given one of those.
Yep. So you have your hand underneath, and don't really feel anything. And you're pulling on the it definitely seems locked. Like it's not going to slide out easily. The drawer feels locked.
All right, then if it's locked, I will go ahead and pull out my thieves' tools, and I will try to pick the lock.
Give me a lockpick check. Just as a reminder, that is a roll plus dex bonus plus proficiency bonus because you are proficient with thieves' tools. So for you, I believe that'd be a +5.
+6. Because my dex bonus is 4 and my proficiency is 2.
Got it. 6. Okay, so +6 to your roll.
16.
16.
16 total.
Oh, wait a minute. I can actually use this. Why it's here on my desk, I don't know. But I can use this. Little bobby pin. Click. And the desk slides out. It's now open.
All right, so Mist will very slowly, gently pull it forward and try to inspect and see what's there.
You pull out the drawer. Inside the drawer, you find a dagger. Just a regular, nothing crazy, out of the ordinary. Just looks like your run-of-the-mill dagger. It's very nice looking, but why would he use it? It's probably a letter opener from all you freaking know. I mean, it doesn't look like it's ever seen combat. Also, next to said dagger is a little baggie. What do you do with the bag? Or satchel, essentially. It looked like a tiny little satchel about the size of a softball.
I will.
Or a baseball, sorry.
I'll pull the desk out just a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
So that way there's room, and then I'll open up the satchel and not dump everything out, but just open it enough and then spread open the top so that way I can look inside.
You pull the drawer out a little bit more so it stops, so now the drawer is all the way open. And inside the little satchel, as you open it up and kind of like sprinkle out what you think might be in there, is 10 rubies. And you would probably think they're probably worth about 50 gold a pop. And you just find paperwork, like just miscellaneous papers, and you start going through them. It doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary, though. I'm not going to make you roll an investigation check. Those papers are shit.
Okay, but those papers, do they look like they're done in the Lord's handwriting?
You wouldn't know that because you don't know the Lord's handwriting.
But, I mean, does it look fancy?
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. It doesn't look like a commoner might have wrote these, that kind of thing. I mean, they look like just notes, general, like not necessarily like a diary of some sort, but just like notes for things like reminders on what he probably needs to do for the day, that kind of thing, but nothing out of the ordinary with it.
All right, so I'm going to take that since I recently became proficient in calligrapher supplies.
Good shit.
in case I need to possibly forge a letter or two.
All right,
So,
so
I will go ahead and take that.
so you take
then-
everything out of that drawer. That's all that was in that
Oh.
drawer as far as. So you take the dagger, the bag, and the pieces of paper, and now you're left with a red velvet lined drawer.
All right, right side drawers. Try to get into those.
Reach down. It just opens. And you start rifling through the desk drawers. Again, paperwork, nothing out of the ordinary. Probably just accounting for like the taxes that was collected, what was sent to the capital, stuff like that. Everything seems to be on the up and up.
I'll take the tax info. Being the information and spy gatherer, I feel like that could probably be used to strong arm somebody in the future if I need to.
Sure.
So I'll kind of just like nip that into a pocket.
Sure.
And then go ahead and just do the left side drawers
Let-
and see what's there.
Again, unlocked. You pull those out. And again, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary in these drawers. It's just more documents. Nothing crazy. Just probably inventory of different stock of what's in the town, like whose jobs was what, that kind of thing. Just to make sure, like a registry of just showing who's employed by who, that kind of thing.
I'll take that as well.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of leave it to Carrick and Aaron to give the room a look over and see what jumps out at them.
Okay. You two then, if you guys want to investigate, or where do you want to look around? We'll start with Aaron. Where do you want to try and look at first?
Okay, so if I'm looking at where I am, Mist has already checked the desk, right?
Well, he's in the middle of checking. All this is happening at the same time, so he just started looking at the desk, and then
Okay.
where are you going? As he just approached the desk, where are you going?
Well, my passive perception is 16.
Okay.
So is there anything that might catch my eye? Anything else that has drawers or anything else that looks suspicious?
The desk
or-
the desk that's right below your mini is the only other drawer in there. Everything else is kind of bookshelves, or the only desk, I should say.
Okay. All right. Well, then I want to look at that thing then.
Okay. You want to investigate it, is what you're saying? Kind of give it a good once over.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Well, then you need to give me an investigation check then. Because you're specifically looking for, like, what are you looking for actually specifically?
Anything that looks like it might. I don't want to cast detect magic, but anything that looks like it might have something to do with the circle that I saw,
Okay.
or that looks like it has to do with ritualistic anything, and that was a 17.
That was a 17.
Yes, sir.
You see this desk, and it doesn't look like there's anything to it, like, but you think there's it's not just a table. It looks like it. I mean, it looks like a table, but it's thicker. Like, why does a table need to be this thick? And
Okay.
you're looking around, and you start feeling around it and everything, just kind of looking below it, above it, kind of looking around it. Vase, kind of move the vase out of the way, pick the vase up, and set it back down. Nothing there. And then you get over to like the left side, and you feel something, and you touch it, and click. You found a secret drawer.
Well,
You did.
what's in the drawer?
Just letting you know.
What's in the drawer?
Just letting you know. That was the DC you needed to find that frickin' thing. You needed a DC. It was a DC 17 investigation check, and you fucking found it. Barely found it. I'll let you know right now. You barely found that frickin' thing.
Well, that's good.
So you open the drawer, and you see a keyhole. Where there's a lid to this drawer, but there's a keyhole in it. No handle, just a keyhole.
I'm gonna turn around and watch Mist, and as soon as he's done rifling through his insignificant things. I'm gonna go psst, psst, and motion my head toward him to get him to come over to see me.
Yep.
Mist pockets his not so insignificant paper.
All right.
Information is not insignificant.
That's right.
And he'll walk over and he'll kind of wait for Aaron to tell him what he needs or what she needs with him over there.
Right.
I found a drawer. It's got a keyhole in it.
So what you're saying is you need me to take my thing and stick it into your hole. Got you. Okay.
Bazing! Point of inspiration for you, sir. I'll give you an inspiration point for that, buddy. Now you only get
That's what I have right now.
that's
I
what
have
that,
one from the last session.
but you took a long rest, so now you've lost it.
Oh.
That's how it works. It's good until the end of until you take a long rest, so now you have one. You're back to one. It gives you advantage on any roll. It gives you advantage on any roll.
Okay. So I guess I will go ahead and fuck it. I'll burn that advantage and I'll.
Oh, there you go.
I'll try to pick the lock right now.
Go for it. Got advantage on a lockpick. Go for it.
So it's gonna be a 23 total.
What was your first roll? What was the lower roll? Just out of curiosity, what was the lower roll?
My low roll was a 7. My first roll was a 17.
Oh, good shit. Okay. Good thing you are proficient with them lockpicks, because that was a DC 21 lockpick.
Wow.
And you open that up.
Can
Insi-
Aaron see what he's doing?
Sure.
Can she
You're
see inside the
yeah,
drawer?
yeah, you're standing right next to him.
Good.
All that is in this drawer is one note, one letter. That's it.
What's it written in?
And you pull it out in common.
Okay.
And you pull it out. Mist pulls it out.
And Aaron's gonna grab it from him immediately.
Oh, Aaron, give me an attack roll. Just. You need to hit his AC. Roll plus your strength modifier.
Shit.
That's it. Roll plus strength modifier.
What's your AC?
Roll for it, I'll tell you.
Ugh. That's a 14. I know I didn't get it.
My AC is a 15.
Yep.
So you reach for it, Mist saw it out of the corner of his eye. It just pulls it away from you. Like, I fucking unlocked this. I'm gonna fucking read it. Like, he gives you that look.
Oh. Ooh, Aaron's gonna like go for his ear and then like put her hand down and wait with her.
Do you want to
arms
read
crossed.
this to yourself, or are you gonna read this out loud, kind of mumbling? How do you want to read this?
Because I'm a team player,
Mhm.
I will motion Carrick to come over,
Okay. Good shit.
and I will very quietly read it to the group.
Here's what it reads.
Okay.
Ooh. I should read it in a voice. No, I'm not going to do that. I thought about it. All right. Here's what it reads. My dearest Lord Tornillus, it would seem that all is going according to plan. The test ritual seems to be taking to the host better than anticipated. With any luck and a bit more time, the host's soul and body will take, and the summoning will be successful. The church's basement is very hidden. It will do us well to take the old man. I do hope the last payment will suffice, so you will keep your mouth shut. If all goes well, you will be handsomely rewarded. I appreciate your continued cooperation. And it's signed, To the depths they went, From the depths they return.
Carrick is just silent, and you can see like a bit of a pallor come over him.
Aaron sees this. Carrick, what does this speak to you?
Did you say it was to the depths they return or from the depths they return?
To depths they went. From the depths they return.
Carrick, does this mean anything to you?
That rat bastard's gonna die.
Okay, so obviously it does. Can you share with the group, please?
I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but the Lord is mine.
That's fine. Can you tell me why he's yours?
He did this to my friend.
Okay,
I'm going to kill him.
worthy.
Mist very quickly. Like, he pulls Carrot to look at him, like, straight in the face, with both hands on his shoulders. The Lord is ours. But we need to figure out who the other party at play is. Because he's being paid, I really don't give a fuck right now. Because he's only a pawn. Maybe we'll say, okay, Rook or whatever. But there's something above him, for sure.
Okay.
And I think right now, unless there's anything else in this room, we pocket this letter, we close everything back up. I will gather as much glass as I can to try to just, with my foot, move it into a pile, and we get the fuck out of here. It's almost about time.
Carrick just nods.
Does that signature mean anything to Aaron?
Give me a history check. Wait, before you tell me, are you even proficient in history?
Oh, yeah.
I figured you were. Go ahead. What would you roll?
It was a 7.
It's not ringing any bells.
Yeah, okay.
With that, is there, you guys want to do anything else in this room? Or are you guys going to get the hell out of Dodge?
Is there anything else in this room that looks interesting?
I mean, there's bookshelves. There's a plethora of freaking books here.
Yes. Aaron wants to go look at the books!
Aaron wants to go look at the books. So Aaron gets
she's so excited.
Aaron gets excited and starts looking through books. You can give me an investigation check real quick.
Okay.
See if you find anything of interest.
She doesn't care about like each one. She just knows she wants all the books, so she's
Right?
Yeah, no, that's a natural 1.
Natural 1. You grab your first book and get a paper cut. It's like, the book that bites back. That's actually the name of the title, The Book That Bites Back. It's just, I mean, karma. I don't know what to tell you.
Dang it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't find anything else of interest?
Dang it. Okay, well, somebody else needs to come look at the books.
I wasn't the only one that heard that, right?
Okay.
Okay, so with that being said,
Run.
You guys start hearing footsteps coming up the stairs. What are you guys doing?
I
Getting
throw
our
Cal
dodge.
down at the door, and then we're out the window.
You threw the caltrops. You threw all the caltrops down at the door and just dive out the window.
I can always buy more caltrops. Yes.
Okay.
By the door, and then
Mist jumps out. What are Carrick and Aaron doing?
I'm
out the window. Aaron, you jump out the window too?
Yeah. Do I still have the book in my hand?
Oh no, you don't have the book. You touched it. And it's about that time you heard that. So all three of you jump out the window. All three of y'all make me acrobatics checks.
Oh.
Straight or
Acrobatics. Just whatever your acrobatics is.
That's a 13.
13,
16.
16. 10. Mist jumps out and does a little barrel roll on the ground and tumbles a little bit. Aaron, you got a what?
13.
You tumble a little harder, and Carrick dives out. His foot catches the lip of the window when he dives out and lands flat on his back. Carrick, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall. Aaron, you take 2. Missed, you're fine.
Feline reflexes.
So you guys jump out the door, and out the window. Sorry, you guys dive out the window, and then you start to hear. Oh, he took his headphones off. He can't hear now.
He can hear. He can
Okay,
hear.
so everybody dives. All three of you dive out the windows or the window, and then slowly after that you start to hear. And pain, just pain. You hear sounds of pain. What in the fucking hell is this shit? He goes, get the rest of the guard! There's been an intruder! And with that, we're going to end this session.
Okay. Dang it.
Why, do you guys all want to keep going?
Yeah.
It's 12:43.
Yeah, I know.
A whole nother week though, and
That's the cliffhanger. That's the cliffhanger. We find out what happens